You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
We're also celebrating Kenny Frank, who has 35 years of dedicated volunteer service to the Junior Bees, and Paul Stewart, who's seen all three of his boys graduate from the program while serving as a member of the executive for many years. For many of this year's graduating players, the journey began long before they became junior North Stars. Their path was shaped through the Owen Sound minor lacrosse system, where they first learned the game, forged their skills, and built friendships. Together, this remarkable group has shared triumphs, challenges, and memories that have defined their lacrosse careers and strengthened their bond as teammates. For example, in 2010, as members of the Paperweights, they achieved a historic milestone, becoming the first and only Owen Sound Paperweight team to capture their divisional title at the Owen Sound Tournament, then known as the Harry Kazarian Memorial. It was a victory that set the tone. Their competitive spirits continued to shine in July of 2012 at the Fergus Tournament, where many of these players once again rose to the top, winning the Tyke Division. In 2017, guided in part by the leadership of their now Junior B manager and assistant coach Ethan Woods, several of these athletes enjoyed an exceptional season. They captured the U15 Zone 8 championship and went on to secure gold at the provincials in the D division. Their success certainly did not end there. In 2019, once again they triumphed on home turf, winning the U17 division at the Owen Sound Heritage Classic, and then had another impressive tournament victory in 2022, earning top honors along with the president of the Junior B Club, Mark Hemstock, as their coach in the U22 division at the Niagara Thunderhawks Minor Lacrosse Tournament. Across every season, every tournament, and every milestone, this group has demonstrated exceptional growth, learning the game, elevating their abilities, and becoming the players and individuals we celebrate today. Their journey has been marked not only by championship play, but by friendship, devotion, and memories that will last a lifetime. At this time, we would ask each of our graduating players, when their name is announced, to please come forward and receive their Owen Sound North Star Junior B jersey, a lasting token of appreciation and remembrance of the time that they proudly wore the Owen Sound Junior B N on their chest. We start with number 3, the captain in 24-25, on offense, Carter Moran. Number 2, an assistant captain for the 25 Junior B season, on defense, Ethan Kerr. Number 17, an assistant captain in 2025 for the North Stars, on defense, Holden Stevens. Number 5, on offense, Jordan Cochran. Number 6, also on offense, Curtis Arnold. Number 11, on defense, Calder Adams. Number 16 on defense, Owen Pryor. Number 21 on defense and key faceoffs, Elliot Thompson. And finally, number 91 on offense, Beaker, Tyson Morrison. At this time, we also pause to honor the memory of number 26, Tyson Downs. Tyson passed away in the summer of 2023 and forever is a part of this graduating group. As a teammate in Owen Sound Minor Lacrosse and with the Junior Bees, Tyson is deeply missed. His banner here at the J.D. MacArthur Arena and Harry Lumley Bayshore stands as a lasting tribute, and his memory will live in our hearts. Fans, these are your graduates of 2025. Tonight, the North Stars also proudly recognize Kenny Frank, who has volunteered his time with the Junior B NorthStars and other sports organizations for more than 3 decades. Over those years, Kenny has given countless hours in support of our players' program, leaving a legacy defined by generosity and his great big heart. I certainly remember when Kenny arrived in Owen Sound as part of the Owen Sound Grays trade that sent Jeff Cantlin to Brantford in exchange for Walkerton's Bob McCaskill. Ray McKelvey, the general manager of the Owen Sound Grays, often called it his best deal because Bob McCaskill scored 90 goals in 3 years, and the trade also included Kenny. Further to that, I remember providing Kenny a ride one time, and he reflected on hockey, lacrosse, fastball, and Special Olympic titles that he's been a part of since arriving in Owen Sound. He summed it up in his own unforgettable words: "All I've ever done is win friggin' championships since I got here." Congratulations to Kenny Frank. And finally, Paul Stewart has been a valued and long-standing member of the Owen Sound Junior B executive, dedicating countless hours of service to help guide and strengthen the organization into the success that it is today. Having retired at the conclusion of last season, Paul now looks ahead to enjoying more summer with family and friends. The executive of the NorthStars extends their sincere gratitude for his commitment and many contributions, offering their very best wishes to Paul Stewart in his next chapter. Paul Stewart. Once again, fans, please join me, along with the Junior B players, coaches, and executives, in formally recognizing our graduating players, Kenny and Paul, for their dedication and valued contributions to Junior B lacrosse in Owen Sound. We now turn your attention to center floor, where we are to hold a ceremonial face-off featuring the captain of the Owen Sound Junior B NorthStars, Miles Plater, and his counterpart from Point Edward, Thiessen McGregor, to officially launch today's game. The Owen Sound NorthStars organization would like to thank Thiessen McGregor and the Point Edward Pacers for participating in tonight's very special ceremony. Thank you to the Pacers. Fans, we acknowledge that the land we play on is the traditional and treaty territory of the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation, which is comprised of the Chippewas of Saugeen and Chippewas of Nawash, unceded First Nations. We acknowledge that lacrosse, known as the Creator's Game, was gifted to the Haudenosaunee and adopted by many other nations. It holds deep spiritual and cultural significance. The Owen Sound Junior B organization is dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation with the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation through respect, sport, and community. Lacrosse is Canada's national summer sport. At this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and sing along as we present our national anthem, O Canada. Thank you, fans, for your attendance and your support. Now, let's play lacrosse.
Welcome into the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center on top of what would be the J.D. MacArthur Arena OLA Junior B Lacrosse between the Owen Sound NorthStars and the visiting Point Edward Pacers. Spencer Byers and Steve McCarthy back from his escapades with the MSL squad down in Brampton on Thursday. And it's a big one, Steve, for Owen Sound, as after the loss on Thursday to the Guelph Eagles, they play Point Edward tonight. They play in Cambridge tomorrow, then they host Cambridge, host Six Nations, and host the Bengals. The Bengals are 4 points ahead of them. Point Edward is 2 points ahead of them. Or I believe I am correct in that. Actually, before I mess this up too bad. Point Edward, I believe, is actually 6 points up. The Bengals are only about 4 points up. And then obviously that the standings are very tight. I know the Bengals are also just ahead of this North Star team as well. And London's tied with them for that last playoff spot as they both fight for the 8th spot. But again, not that far away from 5th where the Bengals are with 16 points compared to Owen Sound's 12. So still everything to play for in the last four games of this season. Yeah, they're going to have to beat a couple teams that are ahead of them currently in the standings, even if they want to maintain that 8th spot. London does host Welland. That might even be tonight. So that, you know, if everything goes to the record, it would be unlikely that Welland would pull off their first victory, but again, that's why we play the games. Nice pass in front, just missed the intended target there, as the Point Edward Pacers do have it. And we'll get the first offensive set. That one, I think, hit the crossbar there, as Jacob Flooney is in the cage tonight for Owen Sound. That ball got free, was touched by an Owen Sound player, or I think to hit the crossbar. It's not over and back, and they get the fresh shot clock now, due Point Edward. As played around the yard now by the Pacers. That one bounced away and hits the waiting arms there of a North Star. Got whacked out of the stick of Chase Garvey and now retrieved by Logan Klegus. Klegus going to get over the line here. He's going to have the 8, and the 8's going to be, or no, it's a whistle off ball against Owen Sound. Will gift back the Point Pacers the ball, and they have a chance now to go. Thought about rerouting towards the net there with one of their APs, Mason Brown, who will give it off. Brown for Gabe Phillips. Into the front now, Jonah Kerr. Kerr fires that one, good save by Flooney. Jonah Kerr, a Owen Sound Junior North Star contender. Klegus got clattered there. And wait a second, there was going to be a penalty because not only was there a hit high, there was a hit low, so Klegus got twisted up like a pretzel there as Jonah Kerr takes the first minor of the game. Yes, and Jonah is no stranger to the penalty box, and probably looking forward to facing his old teammates here in his hometown. So, and it's a 5 against Jonah Kerr. I'm not sure what the call's going to be. Yeah, it's like maybe a legal cross-check might have been the call. So Everest will home wickets. What a start for Owen Sound this could be. Again, only 2 goals can be scored in a major before they take it off the board. Yet Jonah will have to serve all 5 minutes. I think that might be a reputational call. You know, Jonah has had his issues with the rule book at times, but he's a very talented player and can keep his emotions in check. There's a high stick there right in front of the referee, and missed it, pointing that it slid off the shoulder. Nonetheless, it ended up in the ear hole. I will mention, though, in fairness to poor Jonah, he's only got 40 penalty minutes on the season. He's had a couple of majors already this year, but as you kind of mentioned, with the new high sticking rule, it's maybe a little easier to get him than previously. Than previous years. That ball is shot, saved by Flooney, bounces out and is reacquired there by Caleb Brown. One of the AP call-ups from the West Grey Rampage. It got airmailed by Talon Brown and is gifted back to the Point Edward Pacers. Yeah. Not a good start for the power play here for Owen Sound. Owen Sound's had some difficulty in their first efforts to transition the ball out of their own end tonight, so they'll want to clean that up and just take care of the ball. It's 4-on-3 here in the offensive zone. Right around in. That one stepped in before he fired, so it will go the other way as that ball bounces out of play and will go into the first row here at the Bayshore behind the net. Again, Jacob Flooney gets the start here tonight for Owen Sound. He relieved Miles Plater in the game against Guelph. Miles let in 6 goals, and then Flooney pitched a shutout through a little bit of the second and the rest of the third period in the 6-2 loss on Thursday to the second-ranked Guelph Eagles in the division. As Vole, who's back in the lineup finally, As Lahome Wickens and Sly Sundown play catch. Sundown right off the shoulder there. That ball goes sky high. McElmoy went to retrieve. Ball going to be ran up and away by Point Edward. Now it looks to be Desort. Sam Desort now. A lot of AP call-up from from what the game sheet says, so maybe a couple of regulars here for Point Edward not in the lineup tonight. And just holding up the ball there is Solaire Canel. And that will be the shot clock, as he couldn't get it off before the whistle went. As Austin Delgetti is the netminder here for Point Edward. He's played basically every game because they don't have a natural and backup goalie. He's the only non-AP goalie on the Point Edward Pacers roster. So he's been getting a lot of work this season for the away side. As Lahome Wickens hits Vole around for McElmoy, all the way around Moynihan, hits Sundown. Sundown fires that one. Good save there by Delgetti. Sundown couldn't catch though off the boards. Ball comes loose and Moynihan couldn't catch that one off the bounce. As the way will go Point Edward as Ryan Bork makes his way in. About 2.5 left in the 5-minute major. Serve to Jonah Kerr. As you mentioned it, I bet you was rearing and ready to go to play against his former Junior B affiliate. He's now played for 3 different Junior B teams. I can't remember who he played for last year, but I know it was in the other division because we didn't get him last year.
Yeah, he played with Halton Hills, but he may only have gotten into one game. I'm not certain what his status was last year, whether it was injury related or not, but he finds himself in Point Edward this year, and he's been a valuable contributor on the offense. And again, he always gives it his all. He is pretty much a fearless little fire plug.
That he is. Again, as you mentioned, sometimes the emotions get a better of him. A nice move there by Lahome Wickens. Back for Sundown. Sundown down low! Off the post. I thought Vole may have cashed that one. That ball might go over, but because it hit the post, they don't have to retrieve it. Then I'll get the fresh shot clock.
Yeah, outstanding look there. Great ball movement. He had the wide open cage on the crease there on the one-timer, and just couldn't find the back. Hit the post.
Nice stop, Sundown. Sundown again for Vole. Just couldn't catch that one. Now they're trying to box out and get the ball as it hits the deck. Fighting for it is a couple of different shirts as that ball gets pushed up against the boards. Comes loose again. Sundown just trying to push the pile. The big man now stuck in his feet. Lahome Wickens trying to get a hold of it. It gets rolled out. Lahome Wickens can't get there. He's bagged, and it's going to be an 8 against Point Edward, so doesn't matter in the end.
Yeah, that was a quick whistle in the corner on possession. I'm not sure if he actually ever really had possession, but it's going to go Owen Sound's way on that 8 count. And we got about a minute here to do some damage on the power play.
Lahome Wickens down low, missed Moynihan. Moynihan then couldn't catch it off the bounce, and Delgetti says thank you very much. As he's just going to fire it down the floor. He had a runner. He just couldn't catch it there off the bounce as it hits the back glass and picked up by Tanner Brown.
Yeah, an outstanding pass there by the goaltender, and just slightly out of the reach of the transition man coming out of the front door. We might have had a breakaway. Well defended, though, by the Owen Sound defender coming out the D-side door.
Only 30 seconds left in the Jonah Kerr Major. As Sundown, it's Klagas who's on the offense right now. Vole hits it. Nice move. Vole fires that one low, and a great save by Austin Delgetti. And it's fired up the floor again, and just not caught off him and out of play. So 11 seconds remain. They're going to get one more maybe chance here as Jackson Ray will race up the floor. Jackson Ray looking to fire. He does, and where is it? Right off the ear hole there of the netminder. What a save by the goalie. Got to check on him because they hit right off the side of the helmet. He's going to take a little walk to the bench, and much earned there as Jonah Kerr's got 4 more seconds, and they will have the ball. So he will run right out, and I assume join the O here on the next possession. As Flooney's going to go for the water break as well, as again they hit right off the neck area and then right into the ear hole there of the netminder. And Steve, I will take a second to mention now. I like to gush about people that do great things. When we've done done Bay Sox games, we always talk about Kirk Gibson because Kirk always came over and thanked us for coming and always spoke to us for a couple of minutes before the game, and I always appreciated Kirk doing that. Shout out to you, Kirk Gibson. You got to shout out. We have to be at Tom Williams Field, but Ethan Kirk, who got honored previously as an 04 who graduated last year. He texted me on Thursday. It was my birthday on Thursday, Steve. So I came and did the game. I was all over the yard there on Thursday. He texted me and said, happy birthday. I said, thank you, Ethan. He then saw me the next day at my day job at Tim Hortons and said, happy birthday to me again. So shout out to Ethan Kerr, who not only said happy birthday once, but happy birthday twice. So I like to gush about people who do nice things for no good reason, and that's one of them in my opinion. As Point Edward now start off with it, back off the 5-minute major. Owen Sound able to do no damage on that one. Ball right into the middle, just missed. Picked up now by Kerr. Kerr gets kind of caught up there. Ball goes into the boards. Ball comes loose and hits Talon Brown. Brown stops up, fires it forward, and now a chance here for Chase Garvey. Garvey for Lahome Wickens. It's Ryan Vole. Lahome Wickens. Hits Levine. Levine over the top. That one shot as he got his stick check, and it goes right into the shoulder area there of the netminder. Skied and hits his intended target. There in, looks to be Jacob Miller. Nice move there. Gets fed off a couple of times, and we'll give it off now. Jonah Kerr takes a couple of bumps for the trouble. He's being chased by Taylor Bennett. Loses his stick, does Bennett. I think his stick broke, so now it's basically 5-on-4.5. Thought about picking it up, doesn't in the end. Nice move around, scores! Lucas Ross, one of the APs. Doesn't look like one on that attempt. Makes it 1-0 Point Edward with a nifty move over Jacob Flooney.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Flooney thought that he might go airborne there. It was a gutsy little maneuver. He probably didn't have a lot of room here. We're going to see it on the replay, and he goes wide, gets a nice stick check, but he jumps up from behind the net and reaches out in front and finds the back of the net.
I will mention, Steve, just looking at the game sheet. Now, again, this may be a little bit different than the actual sheet, but I count 7 APs in the lineup tonight for the Point Edward Pacers. So I can only imagine that this team is very young, but very talented with some of their call-ups, with Ross getting the first marker of tonight's game as Brown picks it up. Fresh shot clock for Owen Sound. Coverdale hits a runner off the bench. It's Lahome Wickens. Everest gonna get chased here. Gonna get doubled now as he fakes it. Spins right near the white lines. Gonna get held up, I thought. No, they can't beat him. Now Lahome Wickens hits Vole, and the offense will set up. Down for McElmoyle. Brock McElmoyle cruises in, fires that one just wide over Sundown's head, and the over and back is called, but a penalty goes against the Point Edward Pacers as Flooney raced towards the bench. Only reason why I knew it was a penalty. It's going to be a cross check going against who? It looks to be Kaya Pierce.
And again, some of the guys that may be on here as APs could be carded as U22 players and are regulars in the lineup. Certainly something that the junior teams do to expand their roster beyond 23, and so some of them may be in fact call-ups on paper, but not in reality. So they so far look pretty strong, and we're holding the Owen Sound offense at bay here.
And they struggled in the contest on Thursday against Guelph. Back now for Lahome Wickens. He fires, scores! Everest Lahome Wickens ties it at 1. He had one of the 2 markers on Thursday against Guelph, and he gets himself back on the score sheet tonight.
Yeah, it's a nice play here. Lahome Wickens drags the ball, gets a nice pick coming up here from Vole just to spring that time and space, and he's able to, it looks like might have went under the arm of the goaltender, but again, good off-ball work by Vole. The ball swung to the one side, Sly Sundown swung it back, and here we go, we're all tied up.
That's a power play marker for Owen Sound, a much needed one after going fruitless on the 5-minute major about a minute and a half into the contest. As now the ball hits Josh Manning, number 7. He's 5th in the OLA in point, 74. He had 7 in the earlier matchup against these two squads. It was an 8-7 or 8-6 win for Point Edward, so all of 1 goal was not factored in by their top point getter in Josh Manning. So he's going to be one to watch here tonight for Point Edward. But in fairness, against Guelph, I believe Ben Morton, who leads the league in points still, with a lead of 84, only had 2 in that 6-2 win. Now only 6 goals, but you'd think he'd probably be a little bit more of a factor than he was on Thursday, but they didn't need him in fairness. They still got the win, scores! Brock McElmoyle from deep makes it 2-1.
Yeah, that shot coming almost from the same spot on the floor as Lahome Wickens, just a few seconds to go, and again, that just illustrates how important it is to have clean transition and take care of the ball. That possession went Owen Sound's way because of an errant pass. backwards towards the Point Edward goal, and the turnover resulted, and Owen Sound got that extra offensive opportunity.
Nice win there by Coverdale. Can he get it? Can he get it? Yes, he can. Hits Lahome Wickens. Everest fires it up before he gets hit. Hits Logan Clagus. Clagus looking to fire. Clagus just wayward. Just missed. Can Coverdale stop it at the line? He can. Coverdale had to quickly turn his head before he hit the bench as he hits Clagus again. That one from Chase Garvey. Clagus towards the net. Clagus on target. Good save there by Dalgetti. Ball whacked away. He's going to go over the line, but it was definitely Point Edward ball. So a chance here for Levine to go. Ball, stick lost. 5 on 4.5. No, he's going to go straight off, so keep it 5 on 5. As Sly Sundown now with it. Sundown. As Clagus now wide open after he buries his defender.
Yeah, I'm not quite certain how that could have gone unnoticed with the referee 6 feet away, but...
Another good attempt there by McElmoyle. Better save by the netminder. Caught by Vole off the bounce halfway through this first frame. Vole trying to jab him into oblivion. Now tries to make his way towards the net. Reroutes. Hits Sundown. Jaws couldn't catch it, though, was the big man as he technically steps in and touches the ball. Yeah,
Ryan Vole was a little late on the feed there, and Sly kind of ran into traffic, ran out of room.
And he's a big guy, so he runs out of room pretty quick.
Well, here we go. Point Edwards is just struggling mightily in the transition game, although they did recover that errant pass here, and we'll get a go on offense for the first time in a little bit.
Josh Manning behind the net. It goes for Jonah Kerr. I'll talk to Jonah in between the first and second periods. Played into the middle. That shot just wayward there, where it looked to be Mason Brown. Manning over. Kerr from a mile away. It's blocked, and I think it was Tanner Brown in the way. And you can only imagine a lot of the North Stars are probably giving some extra words that are Jonah Kerr. As a former teammate, and I'll play with a lot of these guys in junior levels, as he was a part of that U17 championship team. As Moynihan hits McElmoyle, over for Vole. Vole in the middle, Lahome Wickens! Great save off the shoulder. Lahome Wickens went in the area, so he can't touch it. So you saw him there. He did the I didn't do it, officer, so he didn't touch it. I do that too on the soccer pitch, or at least did until I realized it made the referee call more whistles than less whistles. As right around Talon Brown went Phillips. Phelps shot that one just wayward, and that's going to go back over and back. And no, they're going to, yeah, it was. I was waiting for the whistle, and he is finally blown there. So now it'll be deep in the Point Edward zone. And if I'm not mistaken, Steve, I was Googling some stuff. Point Edward's just outside of Sarnia.
Correct.
If I'm not mistaken. So that's, what, 3.5 hours?
Yeah.
Roughly, maybe 4?
Yeah.
So it's a mighty drive. Again, playing with Owen Sound, we're really kind of one of one where we are located. So a lot of places got to come pretty far to play the North Stars here in Owen Sound at the Bayshore. So again, this latter stage schedule with all these home games in a row is, maybe playing a little bit of a factor here. And Sundown plays it back for Clagus. It went a little bit wayward. Can Clagus get a hold of it? What a diving play by Logan Clagus! Sadly, not another North Star to pick it up, but again, throwing your body on the line for the normal defender, Logan Clagus. As Chase Garvey plays his man, it now hits the waiting arms there of Solaire Canal. Canal gets it ripped out of his stick, and away will go Jackson Ray. Ray in alone. Great save off the shoulder there. Jackson Ray just not able to catch that one. Ball does come loose and picked up by Chase Garvey. Garvey cruises to the white line to wait for offensive reinforcements. And he'll hit Ryan Bull. Jackson Ray's now going to stay. Bull. It's Lahome Wickens again. That one just wayward there for Everest. Ball goes sky high. Caught. Play down low. Shot there by Lahome Wickens. A better save again. Whistle goes.
Just an undisciplined play by the defender there. The ball was secure in the crease, and he decided to knock the Owen Sound clear of the ground.
I will mention 17 is Zach McKechnie making his one of his debuts here. He's not played a whole lot this season, but has played a couple of games. Vole looked for Lahome Wickens a little late maybe. Now he hits Sly Sundown. Sundown fires that one right into the stick area. Bounces wayward as Zach McKechnie can't get a hold of it. Ball comes loose as Sly Sundown goes to try to play a little bit of harasser. That ball missed in transition as well, and will hit the waiting arms there of Talon Brown.
I think the percentage of clean transitions here for Point Edwards tonight has got to be under 50%. They just continuously turn the ball over and not able to execute just a simple clear from their zone.
I will make a correction here in just 1 second. For Owen Sound is McElmoyle. Runs across, out now for Vole. Vole down low, hits Levine. Levine comes across, McElmoyle bounced that one into the turf, and it goes sky high and wayward. I will mention 17 is not Zach McKechnie. It's actually Cole Canters. So Cole Canters making his, I gotta assume debut, it is debut. So I'll have to ask in one of the intermissions where exactly he is hailing from, as I don't recognize that name. From either the West Grey Rampage or from any other affiliate. So maybe he is an AP from the U17 team here in Owen Sound. As a round will go Point Edward. Phelps played down there for Josh Manning. Manning's got 5 left to shoot. Manning will fire over a lot of bodies, hits somebody's helmet in the way, and that will be a shot clock. They've had quite a few of those already here, Steve, and whistle. Oh no, unsportsmanlike. It's gonna be a delay of game as some frustration there for Lucas Ross will send him off. And Steve, we had this earlier this year against Owen Sound. If the whistle goes for the shot clock or a call, you cannot touch it as the opposing team. You have to drop it and get out of the way. Ross didn't do that, and we'll take the 2 for delay of game.
Yeah, Point Edward's really playing an undisciplined game. So far tonight, they're still in this thing, but you cannot, they haven't been successful in just a simple ball possession game, and now they've taken another penalty, more or less frustration, 200 feet from the net on a dead ball foul. So they're going to want to deal with that and not continue to give all these extra opportunities.
That is definitely true, as home Wickens will start. Fred Wallace and Kaya Pearson in the building, but it does look to be 14, so I do believe it is Lucas Ross in the box right now. Unless unless Fred's got information I don't, which I could only imagine that could be true. Fred is a wealth of knowledge. As that shot there by Sly Sundown goes, I believe, off the netminder, caught Lahome Wickens. Great job by Everest to get that one off the glass. Vole. Lahome Wickens, they scored in the last power play, did NorthStars. It was their first marker of the game and went to Lahome Wickens' way. McElmoyle hits Vole. Vole down low for Klegus. Klegus across. McElmoyle couldn't catch. It got caught there by a defender. Ball comes out. Vole fires that one off a leg. Goes into the corner. Klegus goes to retrieve. Got 8 left to work here. They ever get possession? I think they said they did, so now they're going to have to get over. As Tyson McGregor, the captain, down low now. That ball goes over the cage. Never caught again as that ball gets forced up against, and Nolan McVicker will go. 5 minutes left here in the first frame as McVicker will hand it off for Ryan Vole.
Yeah, Point Edward had a 3-on-2 there, but just could not make an effective pass to the guy breaking through the door. They had a great opportunity to transition and looking to get a shorty there, but didn't happen.
Team has struggled in transition, so maybe tried to go a little too fast, Steve, on that one. As Sly Sundown with the screen. Sundown, what a move! Great save there by Delgetti. Sundown faked the pass to Klegus and created a little bit more space for him as that ball was just rolled down the length of the floor as they were maybe getting to get at the 8 call as Flooney catches. Can Flooney hit Sundown by thought? He skies it for him, and yes, he can hit Sly Sundown. 2-on-2 that way, make it 3-2 that way. Sundown hits Klegus. Klegus fires, good save there. Rebound caught by Vole. Vole will take a second here to settle in as McElmoyle and Lahome Wickens will join them. Got 10 left to shoot here before the power play expires. We'll have the shot clock left, so they're just gonna have to wait for the guy to come out as is Ross. Ross will join the play now as Sundown fires off the boot into the corner, back to 5-on-5. Sundown catches, Lahome Wickens got to re-enter the play, back to 5-on-5 we go. 1 for 3 on the power play for the Owen Sound NorthStars. Vole hits Lahome Wickens. Sundown fires that one off the leg protector there. Hits McElmoyle in the corner. Rock McElmoyle. Right around he'll go. Hits Lahome Wickens. Lahome Wickens. Now hits Vole. Vole fires low. Good boot save there. Ball on the deck. McElmoyle can't catch. And away should go Point Edward. And they may finally get a clean transition. And yes, they do. As Harley Johns will make his way up the floor. Johns, again, Point Edward's really struggled for offense, not only with the penalties, but also just trying to really get some offensive sets going. They've had a couple shot clock violations, a couple of transition miscues.
Again, there's just not a lot of ball movement or feet movement off ball here. And
played across now.
Getting forced to play in a nice goal there. It looks like that was Jonah Kerr.
Yes, it was Jonah Kerr. Playing up to the home crowd. He knows where he is. His brother and I can only assume parents are in the building tonight. As Jonah's got something to say with somebody. As again, he played junior with a lot of these guys. in this NorthStars system. It's 2-2 now with Jonah Kerr getting the marker. All right, the shot clock was going to expire, might I add. So again, sometimes, Steve, when you get low shot clock, regardless of sport, you just got to say, give it to your most talented, best players, and just say, work, find something. And Jonah Kerr did there, was able to make a good move and beat his defender.
Well, again, Jonah was able to get inside, which is not something that Point Edward has been able to do or even really attempted to do so far. So both their goals have come 2 feet from the goal crease. So.
Passed across, that one off the crossbar there, just missed the spot there. That could have been 3-2 quick off that face-off, my goodness. Right over now, 4-on-3 that way as there was 2 guys waiting in the offensive zone for Owen Sound. It's now stolen by Chase Garvey, and Garvey's gonna go. His defender stumbled a little bit. Chase not able to really take advantage of it as Solaire Canal got in the way quick. I'm gonna say that's how you pronounce that. That's my guess. Looks Spanish to me. As Solaire. Levine. As Clegg is going to go for, I think, a wardrobe malfunction. As nice move there. Canters got forced into the boards, and they're going to say he stepped in, and they finished there.
Yeah, it's a tough angle for the referee to call from there, but from our vantage point, he may or may not, but nonetheless, it was close enough to make the call, and Edgar will get an opportunity to set something up here with 2 minutes to go in the period.
Again, not much offense, but you don't need much right now with Owen Sound's offensive struggles throughout this season. Again, on the power play especially, only 1 for 3 so far tonight. As nice move there, Josh Manning, that one off a foot. Manning had a chance there, is now picked up by Taylor Bennett, and Bennett just gonna turn on the Jets and go. Bennett racing right at his defender, trying to use him as a screen. Bennett, over the net it goes for Taylor Bennett. Ball may be kept though by the defenders here as they're gonna try to get in the way as much as they can to force the ball here. They do. And they're going to call the slash, a retaliation call going against Point Edward as it looks like Braden Hogan was tied up with Taylor Bennett, Steve, and we've talked about it throughout this Junior B season. Usually Owen Sound is the culprit, but you got to be careful. I don't care if you're tied up. If you're going to do something like that so far off the ball, the referees are going to call it.
Yeah, and again, it's just undisciplined. I mean, you know, it's annoying. The stick might have come up a little bit on him, but you know, it certainly wasn't leave any scars there. So to take a one-handed slash on the bicep pad, lots of noise, lots of attention, going to get you 2 every time.
Especially that far off the ball. As Sundown down low, nice move, Moynihan, saved there by the netting of the netminder. And now Sam Desort will make it over the floor. Ooh, and that one caught him low, nothing coming. Yeah, that was Vole. Vole now will go off as last minute of the first period here. Nice move by, ooh, that one caught up, I thought. Doesn't look like I'm right. It's nice move in, just wayward there for Point Edward. Now caught off, I thought caught. No, it ends up actually being caught by Point Edward. They'd have no time left in the shot clock, so the shot clock's gonna go anyway. 43 seconds left in the period, so they're not gonna be taking a timeout just yet. As now Vole, with maybe 2 more possessions left in this period. Going to use up as much time as they can here, as they're going to have a little bit of power play left if they aren't able to score here in the second frame. Lahome Wickens, nice move, Lahome Wickens! Great save by Dalgetty. 21 remaining here in the period. They're trying to find where that is in the netminder. Picked up now by Ryan Bork. Bork all the way around. Has about 5 to get it back over. Can Bork race up the floor? The answer is just yes. 10 seconds remains here. Bork's just going to chew up the rest of the clock here and send us to, I thought maybe, no, he ends up going around the defender. Good save there. And I maybe thought a penalty for a second there, as now away will go Coverdale, and that will be the period. 2-2 after 20 minutes of play. 30 seconds remains on the Braden Hogan penalty going into the second frame, and 2 goals is all Owen Sound got, both in the third period, both at the start of the third period on Thursday. They get 2 in the first frame, but still, you'd say, Steve, especially with all the power plays, this being their 4th one already of the contest, they've really struggled offensively at times.
They have, and they're quite fortunate that they didn't draw. Your instincts were absolutely correct there. The Point Edward player in transition, they're going to the net, did get grabbed with the one hand and the one hand on the back going to the net, and no call from the referee there. So they're very fortunate they're going to be able to salvage 30 seconds of this power play to start that second period.
As now it looks like Josh Manning and Taylor Bennett are going to go talk to the referees. Manning came over to talk to them about I don't know what, probably just trying to figure out what's maybe the line here, and then Taylor Bennett was shown over by his coaching staff like, hey, you better go stick an ear in here and see what's going on.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think, it's been a pretty tame match so far, a couple undisciplined penalties, but there's probably been a couple calls that didn't go Point Edward's way, that they're just kind of wondering if the line is a little crooked here today or where it may lay. And I think we probably going to have to mention here offensively, Owen Sounders, without their leading scorer here today.
Yes, Colton McKechnie is not in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, so that's going to put a little bit of pressure and give some opportunities to some other guys here to step up in his absence, and we're certainly going to need some contributions from some other guys that can't always rely on probably the hottest player in the league right now with respect to scoring.
And they also may have to kind of look towards maybe Sly Sundown for a little more offense here tonight, with obviously the absence of their leading point getter and one of the top point getters right now in the Junior B, one of the hottest players in the Junior B, and Colton McKechnie. Now, I will run down, so we'll see you back here for the second frame. Next up will be my interview with the number 43 of the Point Edward Pacers, his return for Jonah Kerr, who's already got a goal tonight. Next. Welcome back here to the Bayshore Spencer Byers ringside. Now joining me is Owen Sound native and former Junior B product in Jonah Kerr. Jonah, obviously now with Point Edward this season, you're currently second on the team in points. What's it been like playing for Point Edward this year down in Sarnia?
It's been a great change. The guys they were really good, welcoming me in. They opened hearts. Started off the season with a loss, but then came out hot after that, and it's been a great season, great group of guys. Can't say I'd rather be anywhere else.
Well, Jonah, obviously, as I kind of mentioned there, you played here with the NorthStars as a junior player, and then played 1 year with Junior B here in Owen Sound. What's it like to make a return? Last year, I believe you played some games with Halton Hills, weren't able to make that return, playing in the other side, the other conference, and now you're back here. And what's it like playing in Owen Sound again?
No, it's cool. This arena, it's special, right? Growing up here, playing here, it's always fun to come back. Like tonight, my brother, right, he was out on the floor getting his jersey. That was pretty cool to be a part of. So it's always nice to return home. It's always special.
Always special is now obviously tonight with your squad, Owen Sound being not that far away in the standings, currently 2-2 through 20 minutes of play. What do you think is a big key for your guys to come up with a win here tonight in your homecoming?
Pound the goalie with rubber. As much rubber as we can get on them. Just keep pounding shots, right? They'll start coming for us, and I trust our offense to put the ball in the back of the net.
All right, thanks so much, Jonah Kerr of the Point Edward Pacers. Good luck.
Thank you.
All righty, and we'll be right back with the second period after this on Rogers TV. Welcome back here to the Bay Shore. Spencer Byers and Steve McCarthy up here in the broadcast booth. 2-2 after 20 minutes of play between the Owen Sound NorthStars and the Point Edward Pacers. 30 seconds remains on the minor taken just before the end of the period. The Owen Sound NorthStars haven't come out of the bench yet, as Point Edward not happy about it. Usually Owen sound pretty quick out of the change area, so I'm not sure exactly what maybe took them a little longer than normal, but regardless.
And again, that would ordinarily result in a 2-minute penalty if you're not ready to go once the clock is wound down, but it doesn't appear that they're going to be getting anything, even a reprimand. So, anyway. They've got 30 seconds here left in the man advantage to see if they can win this draw with Coverdale and take advantage of what's on the clock here. Big opportunity for Point Edward to eat that rest of this shorthanded situation up and taking control off the draw.
Whistle goes, and they're going to call it against Point Edward. Oh my goodness, another undisciplined call against Point Edward without a second taken off the board, Steve. Minor taken by Point Edward's double six is Harley Johns, who took the face-off. He hit the ball after the whistle went for the illegal call on the face-off. You can't do that.
No, that's, again, got to be frustrating as the coaching staff, no doubt, has would bring an issue like this up time and time again, and they keep stubbing their toe here and giving offensive opportunities.
Lahome Wickens diving, scores! Everest Lahome Wickens with a second makes it 3-2. It took all of 11 seconds on the 5-on-3 to cash it. So that first minor comes off the board. The Owen Sound North Stars stay on the power play for 1:49 or less. Everest now got 2 goals, both on the man advantage. Nice diving there, Superman right through the legs there for Lahome Wickens, who we talked about it throughout the beginning of this season, and I think it still bears repeating. Last year was an offensive struggle for one of the more offensively talented North Stars in Everest Lahome Wickens. It's nice to see that scoring touch back for him. Sundown, Lahome Wickens, what a save by the netminder. Delgetti robbed him on that one as Coverdale now goes to try to play harasser. Ball gets forward. Now a chance for Point Edward. As Bennett buried his man right there in front of the penalty box. Ball comes loose, and now they're going to call it. Bennett really surprised because it took a while for it to be called, but the whistle does go, and it goes against Taylor Bennett. So 4-on-4 we go for 1:24. And then a power play will go Point Edward's way. As I saw the signal, but I'm fuzzy on what exactly it means, so I'll wait for Fred Wallace to enlighten me.
Could be an illegal body check.
As Josh Manning will start with it. He hits Jonah Kerr, who you heard during the first intermission. Pass back. Nice move there. Mason Brown, and his illegal body check as Jonah Kerr, nice move. Jonah Kerr gets his hands caught up there and taken away by Owen Sound, but airmailed over Jackson Ray, so a chance for the Point Edward Pacers to keep it. Nice move there to get it over for Phelps. Manning hits Soler Canals. It's Josh Manning. Manning looking to fire. Nice move, Manning. Nice run. Good save there by Flooney. Picked up now by Zach Lemon. Lemon's going to have to find a way to get it over here. Kind of getting fended around. Got to move it. He lost it. That's going to be the 8 going against Owen Sound. And now a chance for Point Edward right off the whistle. Good save there by Jacob Flooney. Just not able to get that through there was Gabe Phelps. As now gifted off by Talon Brown, he hits Ryan Bowl. About 10 seconds left from the 4-on-4, so it'll expire with his offensive possession by Owen Sound. Vol, screen from Lahome Wickens, hits Logan Klages. Klages fires that one, deflected wide. It's gonna go almost out of play, but now it's gonna be a 3-on-1 that way. As Klages got to bust back to try to make someone on. Good save there by Flooney off the odd man rush. Ball comes to the middle, and Jackson Ray with a nice move is able to somehow get it to Logan Klages. Klages gonna get harassed here by a couple different black shirts, lost it. Ball comes loose, wait a second. What's the call? It's a hold going against Point Edward. So back to 4-on-4 we go.
Wow, that is almost unbelievable. A call, a nice stick check there, one-handed stick check. You know, we may get another look at it. We might have missed something on the hold, but I'm not quite certain.
The tug of the jersey, I guess is all it takes, Steve.
Wow, that's just, that's not even part of the play.
I can't tell if that's where the call is or not, but regardless, as it's 4-on-4 now, as away for the minor went Owen McDermott.
I must say the Point Edward bench is quite composed after some of the calls that they've had to endure here.
I can only imagine what would be happening if it was on the other bench.
That was a hand on the wrist of a player that was 10 feet from the ball, and neither one of them were in the play.
Ball comes loose. Ryan Vole picked up his own rebound off of the netminder. Taylor Bennett joins the play, so it's 5-on-4 now as Bennett's going to race off. Fresh shot clock for Owen Sound, so Vole will take his time. Lahome Wickens, Sundown. Lahome Wickens hits Vole. Vole hits Sundown. Sundown back for Vole. Vole just missed Klages, hot off the boards. Caught by Klages. Now, gonna have to fire. That one just wide. It's gonna go back over and back, but the shot clock goes. Wait a second. Apparently, not sure what it hit there, but
yeah, they're calling that a shot on goal. That was clearly off.
They're gonna say it hit somebody, and
again, this unfortunately the refereeing has been subpar today so far, and they've got quite a few minutes to get it right. But again, Point Edward.
Sundown fires that one. Good save by Delgetti.
Has been on the bad end of a few very suspect calls.
McElmoyle, Vole. Sly Sundown. Ryan Vole. Slips there. Vole in. That one. Good save, Delgetti. Ball goes sky high. Never caught by Lahome Wickens. His ball's now stuck up against the boards there, and now away will go Ryan Bork. Bork played it forward. Now a chance for Point Edward. Harley Johns gets stopped up there. Johns had maybe a couple extra guys there off the bench. Now it is back to 5-on-5. So again, not being punished on the PK is the Point Edward Pacers. I mean, it's the 5th or 6th power play for Owen Sound, only 2 goals. So it could be a lot more damage, Steve. Especially because one of those is a 5-minute major. It only counts as 1 miss, even though they could have scored 2 goals on it. Ball is still on the ground. They now pick it up. So I think the 8 starts now as it hits Nolan McVicker. McVicker gets it over. And I'll say usually the whistle not on Owen Sound's side. Tonight it does seem to kind of be in the orange shirt favor, which I know they're not going to complain about here at the Bayshore. Ryan Vole.
No, they're getting the hometown discount here so far on the call side. So they'll need to take advantage of that shortly. You would think it might dry up at some point.
Nice save there by the netminder as Moynihan got pushed down there. You know what's sad, Steve, is got pushed down there, looked to be Ryan Cranny. Even when you're getting all the calls, you usually have to hear the argument from the home side who is getting all the calls. Whistle goes and back for Owen Sound as Coverdale hits Sundown.
Again, just a needless backward pass in transition that was off the mark and not able to clear the zone in the 8 seconds.
Vole fires that one through his stick. Lahome Wickens couldn't get a hold of it, and they're going to say he touched in as he touched the ball, so it'll go the other way.
Yeah, Point Edward would be best to run the ball out of their end. There's a nice pass in transition, and they're going to give it right back.
Yes, they are. That one whistled well wide there by, looks like Jacob Miller. As it goes deep into the Point Edward zone and Sly Sundown, I'll start with it. The big man. I think I asked him how tall he is. He said 6'7". That shot right around. What a save. McElmoyle couldn't get that one through the netminder. They're going to say he touched in, so it'll go the other way.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you are allowed to scoop the ball out of the crease now, whether he stepped in prior to that.
Nice job there by Bennett. Stick check there as that ball's hitting the dirt, hits the deck. 4-on-3 here. Actually make it 4-on-4. Everybody's in the pile. It comes out and it will go Point Edward's way. Lucas Ross gives it out there. Nice bump, trying to make it around. Fires! What a save there by Jacob Flooney.
And he got grabbed going to the net there pretty good as well. Thought there might be a call, but...
I wondered, Steve, as it looked like Bennett and, I can't tell who that is. Another good save there by Jacob Flooney from the shot, I believe, by Jonah Kurz. Yeah, I believe that was Solaire Canels, who got hit up by both Bennett and Caleb Brown, one of the AP call-ups from the West Grey Rampage. As raced up the floor there by Zach Lemon, who hits Tanner Moynihan. Moynihan hits Sly Sundown. Sundown hits a wide open Caden Levine. Good save there off of the netminder. Del Getty, who's been very good tonight for Point Edward in a lot of situations, and that's going to be called against, I believe, Lahome Wickens, and some extra shots there. Surprised Moynihan doesn't catch that one. Wait a second, they are going to call it on Tanner Moynihan, and that's probably deserved, as it looked like he caught high his combatant.
Yeah, it would be, again, hard not to make that call.
And it's going to be an illegal cross-check going against him, as it'll be a 2-minute minor. As it looks to be, taking the minor there was Tanner Moynihan, as previously mentioned. As both goals will go for a water break here, about 7 minutes gone in this second frame. The penalty killer for Owen Sound looks to be Clagus, who's struggling a little bit on his knees. It looks like he got it taped up, so that may be in the wardrobe, the thing I mentioned when he ran off the bench. It may be his knees giving him a little bug in him, and he takes a beating a lot of nights, so, and maybe deserved, as he usually puts himself in the thick of things. You've seen it here tonight, as Ray, Bennett, Clagus, and I think that's Lemon. It is Lemon on the defense. Around the top it'll go. Goes down low. Right across for Manning, missed him, goes high, and caught there by Jackson Ray. Ray's got Bennett racing up the floor. Bennett, gonna fire it up for Bennett. Bennett caught it, has a chance to go now. Taylor Bennett trying to make his way around. Jackson Ray will join him. Bennett's gonna try to wait for some reinforcements here, as he'll get a screen by Jackson Ray. They're short a guy. I know they're gonna keep a guy in the defensive zone, so it's 3-on-4 for Point Edward. Ball still in the stick there of Taylor Bennett. What a move by Taylor Bennett, just kind of going around everybody. He's gonna get doubled up here right near the white line. Somehow got away. Can he fire before the shot clock? The answer is no, and he'll lose it. What work though by Taylor Bennett.
Yeah, great job. A couple swim moves there to split the defenders and maintain control of the ball and eat up that entire 30-second clock.
He would have made Miles Garrett proud with those swim moves, my goodness. Gotta ask him, is that breaststroke or is that backstroke, front stroke? What are we talking? Pass in the middle, Jonah Kerr, good save there as Kerr got kind of caught. But it looked like McVicker, ball comes right into his feet, still not retrieved, and just being kind of passed around like a hockey puck, and Willie now required there by Mason Brown. Has passed around now. Manning, back, Manning, Mason Brown, Jonah Kerr. Kerr into the middle, just missed his intended target. We picked up though at the goal line. Manning right in front, scores!
Great look off to the top man. He found the guy right inside, uncovered, and Clooney had no chance on that one. So again, an undisciplined penalty comes back to hurt Owen Sound here. As number 20 kind of slid in from his crease position and into the center of the floor, and nobody picked him up.
Could have landed the 747. Could Jack Stevenson, who gets the marker, make it 3-3 here in the second frame? Power play goal, the first of the night for Point Edward. And again, Owen Sound's done a pretty good job of staying out of the box. If that's their fault or not, I'm not going to make any accusations, but they've been good at staying out of the box as a result. And because of that, they've been not punished that much. But you know, if you take penalties, you very well could and have so far tonight been punished. As Coverdale hits Sly Sundown. Passed over now, Vole. Vole gonna make his run down. Got about 10 seconds left to shoot. Over now. That looks to be Canters. Canters got tied up there, and he stepped in, so he couldn't touch it, and we'll go the other way.
And again, that was a pretty good tackle on Canters, and
that shot there, saved by Flooney. What an attempt there by Josh Manning. Again, he's top 5 in scoring as Manning caught something up high. I'm not sure from who, as he's gonna go off. We'll see if we can get a replay of it by the great Pat Quigley as Taylor Bennett in. Good save there as it goes into the leg protector there of Del Getty. And away it'll go the other way.
Yeah, he got a stick up on maybe underneath the mass that was on an attempted screen, and don't know again if it's any malicious manner, but what they've called so far on a couple of occasions tonight could have warranted it too as well. So.
Yeah, intent really hasn't been taken into a factor, I don't think, yet tonight, Steve, as that ball's passed around now. Brown over for Jonah Kerr. Kerr, nice move. Played into the middle, off of Jackson Ray. I thought it was going to go on target, ends up going in the restricted area, and Jacob Flooney catches. Flooney bounces it around of Jonah Kerr, and it will land in the stick of Talon Brown. Halfway through the contest, 3-3 currently. Brown, Coverdale. Coverdale looking to fire. Coverdale off the shoulder protector there. whacked down there when looked to be Zach Lemon behind the net. He's slow to get up. He got caught one right off the wrist. He's going to go right off the wrist. That's not good for Owen Sound, losing Zach Lemon, one of their top defenders. As Ariel Soler Canal. Played over now for Soler Canal. Nice move. Good save there by Flooney between the legs. Never got a whistle. He's going to have to move it. And down at the line there is Ryan Cranny. I think he got to cause something in the cup. He's not going to get that over in time. I don't think. No, they do, but they have to airmail it and gift it away anyway, so I'm not sure it really matters. Not sure what happened to Ryan Cranny as he's grabbing at the groin area, so we'll have to see what happened to poor Ryan Cranny maybe a little later too, because that's a couple of different things that I'm going to have to beg Pat Quigley to get me, and that stepped in before the shot came off. Chance the other way, lots of bodies, so a chance here for Owen Sound. Ryan Bowl takes the run, screen from Coverdale, Bowl in! Save there by the netminder, as now Jackson Ray's got a hold of it. That's two different North Stars now on the bench laboring as Ryan Cranny's still on the ground. Whistle's going to go, and it's going to go the other way.
And Ryan Cranny's got to identify himself to his teammate that he's not eligible to take that pass after rolling through the crease on that shot.
And ooh, there's going to be a whistle here as Taylor Bennett just got absolutely crunched there by Ariel Soler Canal.
Again, like,
so
you know what?
Another minor going against Point Edward makes it.
That's a hard pick off ball, and that 99% of the time that's a possession call. Again, it wasn't, an intent to injure by any stretch of the imagination, and they're just going to have to get some consistency in their game here because neither team really knows what's going on here tonight with some of the calls.
As Home Wickens will start with it here. That shot there by Bull over the net, caught by Sly Sundown. That shot also, I believe, no wayward. No one actually hit the netminder there in Delgetti, so it'll be a fresh shot clock. Owen Sound can regain possession. Ball still loose. Lahome Wickens and Bull converge, but taken there by Point Edward, and they're going to go. Jacob Miller making his way towards the net. He'll get fended off there. And now try to reroute through Chase Garvey. Played down low. Josh Manning now, real shifty Point Edward pacer, and he leads the team in points, 5th in the OLA in points as Coverdale goes to chase his man. That was, I believe, Jonah Curran, it was. That ball is deep near the white line. He's going to take a long shot. No nice move to get around. Fires that one just wayward there, and the too many men call is going against Point Edward. They had 5 on the floor. Ooh, that's a costly one for Point Edward. Then I'll go 5-on-4 for a minute 1:11.
5-on-3 here, yeah. That's a real tough one. Not being aware on the bench there whether it's
Cranny looks to be now okay. Now wait a second, we gotta talk to the scorers table here. 3-3 contest with 7:46 remaining. There'll be a 5-on-3 for a minute and 11 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's real critical here that Owen Sound take advantage. I mean, their offense has been non-existent really other than the power play. And they got to take advantage of a brain cramp of this nature and handing them a 5-on-3 for a minute and 11.
They scored pretty quick off the last one. It was Lahome Wickens getting his second. Jonah Kerr will serve the too many men call. I do want to mention something, Steve. We'll see if it rings true throughout the contest. Jonah Kerr's done a really good job of not getting himself in extracurriculars, which again, he did a lot during his junior career and especially in his one junior B season. Is a great shot there by Sly Sundown. Ball gets skied there in the restricted area and is reacquired there by Point Edward. As Lahome Wickens doing a great job trying to keep this ball in the defensive end. He then does a nice strip move, able to keep it, but the 8 is called. Just not able to get over there for Tyson McGregor.
Again, that's pretty close call. The shot clock was only at 23, but it's up to the referee's discretion. There's his own count, so.
Bowl. Nice move across. Sundown. Great save there by Delgetti. As playing the top right now is Ray. 4-on-3 that way with 27 seconds remaining on the first minor. Sundown across. Block before it gets Lahome Wickens. Sundown in. That one goes wayward. Will it stay in the yard? Yes, it will. Lahome Wickens picks it up. Got 10 left to shoot. Vol. Sundown. over the net. Got 5 left to shoot. Vol got it. Hits Lahome Wickens, doesn't catch it. That one shot there by Klages, and a good save there by Delgetti. Got 1 second remaining on the 5-on-3. Whistle now goes as racing up the floor goes Ryan Bork. 5-on-4 now. That's 4-on-3 this way. Nice move there, in behind the net.
Oh.
Passed over now, Josh Manning. Manning over the top. That one off the helmet there of Jackson Ray. Not able to pick it up though, as that ball's still on the deck. Ball rolling around and picked up now by Owen Sound. As Canters will run it up the floor. Cole Canters. It's Lahome Wickens. Got 17 seconds left in the power play. 4 seconds separate power play from shot clock. Sundown. Lahome Wickens. Sundown. Fires that one. Good save. Ball comes loose. Klages picks it up. Good ball there by Klages. Lahome Wickens hits McElmoyle. Back to 5-on-5 we go. Jonah Kerr's gonna stay deep as Vol. Klages actually gonna go back and follow him. So 4-on-4 now as Vol tries to make his way towards the net. Got 15 left to shoot. Hits Sundown. Sundown fires that one wide. Can Lahome Wickens catch? No, he cannot. So Jonah Kerr will. No shot or no back, over and back. So must have hit something on the way through. Played over into the middle. All the way around they go. Klages lost his stick on Jonah Kerr. So back now to 5-on-4.5 without a stick there for Klages. He's dropped in the ball now, and Josh Manning. Manning, nice move. Manning! Great save there by Flooney. As Jonah Kerr trying to steal it back there is, Kerr might have caught something off the knee, and he's going to limp off the floor. And it's going to be 4 in the restricted area as Kerr's going to limp. No, Kerr's going to stay.
Not when you get the ball back. His knee is all of a sudden going to
fix
feel
itself.
a lot better.
Yes, it is.
He wouldn't be the first guy.
No, it won't be the last, might I add. We'll see it a lot, I assume, during the MSL season here at the Bayshore. Josh Manning hits a wide open man. That's Phelps, stolen back, or almost stolen back. Picked up now again by Point Edward. Right behind the net they go. Lucas Ross looking to the Superman. Great save by Jacob Flooney. He was waiting for it. He knew it was coming. As now Jonah Kerr will kind of limp off gingerly off the floor as he's barking at somebody, and that looks to be Ryan Cranny, who again played junior together, I can only imagine, on that U17 winning team. I wonder if that's going to play a factor in that third period, Steve, between some well-acquainted former North Stars and current North Stars. As McElmoyle hits Vol. Vol makes his way down the wards. The net, great save by Delgetti. He again continues to keep Point Edward in this one at times.
Yeah, great effort by Vol. A lot of patience there. He finally found a lane. His defender drifted up a little too high, looking at that two-man game that was going to look set up, but
ball comes loose. Can Coverdale go? Coverdale can go. It's going to be 2-on-2 that way. Before I get 4-on-2 that way. As Coverdale spins. Just missed the target. As grabbed a hold of him there was Soler Canales, who dropped his stick and maybe threw a shot at him. I'm not sure. Now the other way will go Point Edward. Around the net they go. All the way around for Jack Stevenson, who's got one tonight. And these two teams are boiling, I think, a little bit on both sides. As Josh Manning fires that one into the netting there of Jacob Flooney, who moves it quickly this time to, looks like Dawson Marshall. Marshall will race up the floor. Hits a wide open Talon Brown. Brown, nice move. Brown somehow saved there by the netminder, and Brown not happy about getting stepped over there by whoever that was. Now the other way, before I get not ball watching, that ball ends up getting airmailed the other way, and now it will come Owen Sound. Lots of stuff going on, Steve. I'm having trouble keeping my eyes in both places. I wish I was a chameleon to be able to watch everything all at once. As now Vol got a hold of it. 2:50 left in the second frame. 3-3 currently. Back for Lahome Wickens. Everest. Now over for Ryan Vol. Vol making to look his move. Back in front. Just not caught. Clean by Sundown. Ball goes into the corner. Going to be chased on there by Zach Lemon and Sly Sundown. Ball picked up and taken away. Ryan Bork now makes it over. Going to get harassed from behind there by Zach Lemon. As now Phelps trying to get around here. Jonah Kerr back for Josh Manning. Manning, nice move. Kerr lost his stick. Now trying to make his move. What a move there by Josh Manning. Good save there off the netminder. Picked up though hot off him by Lucas Ross. Shooter there was Mason Brown, who's got 2 assists tonight. Jonah Kerr now trying to make his move, gets the pick. Jonah Kerr off a helmet, out of play, so it should be and will be Point Edward ball with 2 minutes left. Kerr, behind the net it goes. Right around they'll go. Nice move, scores!
Yeah,
Mason Brown!
Yeah, a bit of a lackadaisical effort by Zach Lemon there, giving the corner and kind of daring the offensive player to come around, and that he did, and took the outside route and went 5-hole almost between both the goaltender and Zach Lemon, the defender. So
now, Steve, I know this Owen Sound team is defensive minded. You've seen a lot of their games throughout this season especially have been rather low scoring, sub double digits for both teams, not just themselves. And I think a great example is the Guelph Eagles, who only won 6-3, and they're second right now in the OLA in this division. But with that being said, ooh, and there's a joust there at the white line, in alone, scores! Doesn't matter, as Point Edward takes a 2-point lead. As it looks to be Ryan Bork with the marker, as Jacob Miller was jousting there with Caleb Brown, the AP. That's a great shot and better goal there by Ryan Bork, as Point Edward's barking a lot here with the North Stars. And wait a second, oh my, Ethan Woods barking at a coach here. I think there's going to be a sportsmanlike both ways here, as Ethan Woods, the GM and assistant coach, is barking at somebody on the Point Edward bench. And they're going to talk to both. And I'm not sure what was said, but Ethan Woods is incensed about something. And now, yeah, a lot of barking. And again, Steve, this isn't a natural rivalry. Sarnia is 3-4 hours away, as previously mentioned. They're quite away. So this is not a local rivalry like Guelph would be, which is just on Highway 6. Not like London would be, I would say, normally, throughout the way these two teams have played in previous years. Not like, obviously, Six Nations is a rival with everybody, because usually always the teams that number the top of the standings usually have everybody looking up at them, trying to, punch their weight up. Yeah, and Ethan Woods is hot. And again, I'm not exactly sure what has really tickled him, but he is unimpressed. As 5-3 now in favor of Point Edward with a minute and a half left in this second frame. Coverdale wins that one, I say. Technically, it goes to Logan Klages. Klages trying to get away. Nice move by Logan Klages. Klages trying to get away here. Got held up, I think, a little bit, but is able to get away. Got converged on by 4 when he comes out of the crowd. And Klages got something to yell at the Point Edward bench. I'm telling you, Steve, something's boiling, and I don't think it's a pot roast or lobster. If it was, I'd have some good grub other than the pizza Pat quickly buys us before every game. Sundown fires, I thought, deflected in the net, wide open. Moynihan never able to get in a shooting motion. Gonna have to drop it, I think, as the shot clock goes, and it goes out of play.
yeah, it looked like Sly looked like he was trying to pass behind the net and faked the shot, took a little off, and it got knocked down. And again, Owen Sound is just really struggling to find their offensive legs here, playing outside of the power play, and they're going to need, again, some of their skilled guys to step up, because they certainly have the ability.
That they do. Manning hits Lucas Ross. Now hits Solaire Canals. Solaire Canals around, getting a power play. Now our Point Edward, and with basically 33 seconds left. That's a costly one. It looks like Taylor Bennett's going to go for the slash.
Again, I think it might have been more of a grab or a hold than it was a slash. Nonetheless, I don't think Point Edward will be too picky on that call, and they're going to go to the power play here to end the period, to start the third if they're unsuccessful here with 33 seconds to go in the period.
That's a big one now, because you would have thought Owen Sound maybe was going to get the last possession of the second period. They now lose it, and wait a second, timeout taken as the power play was about to begin. So you can only assume, Steve, because there's basically no difference between shot clock and game clock, they're going to pull their netminder or no, actually wouldn't, because there's 5-on-4. They won't go 6-on-4.
They probably won't, because there's a 5-on-3 and they have the lead. So,
yes.
They don't want to have an errant shot come off the boards and trickle into an empty net. So they should have enough room to work 5-on-4 here to draw up a play. And, they've got Justin Durston, who certainly is a fine offensive mind there, calling the shots. And again, with Kevin Fines, a former NLL player and longtime Peterborough Laker, and who's done an exceptional job here as head coach this year with Point Edward Pacers, and you know, again with Ty Belanger on the bench as well. I mean, they have a wealth of knowledge over there. I think Drew Candy might be part of this as well somewhere. And yeah, they've got a lot of knowledge there on the coaching staff, and they're just hoping that some of this can be absorbed throughout the season as they build here and put the Point Edwards Pacers with a pretty young squad to boot.
Lucas Ross will start with it there at the top, as it looks to be the defenders will be Ryan Cranny, Logan Klages, Jackson Ray, and Zach Lemon will join obviously Jacob Flooney. As there's about 3 seconds separating shot clock from game clock, but I think with the reset here off the timeout, it'll be basically dead even. Lucas Ross will start with it. Here we go. No, they're going to keep it there, so 3 seconds separate them. Jonah Kerr, who's got got one tonight, 2 points. Kasem, Jonah Kerr down low, scores! Mason Brown, who's got 3 assists tonight, gets the marker. And wait a second, they're going to call a minor, I think, on Point Edward. Yes, they are. Josh Manning's going to go. Not sure what he did there off the goal, because I didn't get a chance to see it, but obviously taunting or some description. As you're going to see here, Jonah Kerr hits a wide open player, and he scores. And what's he do? He barks something at Klages, it looks like, and obviously it was the magic words there for the referee to call it.
Again, I mean, it's...
Ooh, and you saw there, Josh Manning with the money side there. Oh, I like some gamesmanship. I understand the guys are frustrated on both sides. I can only imagine, especially for Point Edward. But I find that kind of stuff funny, Steve. I do, personally. As now a power play for Owen Sound off of the power play goal for the away side. That ball gets over, and maybe one more chance here for Owen Sound. Timeout, and they're going to get it.
The one thing
and they're going to give it to Owen Sound. So that's going to be the end of the power play. They were trying to call a timeout 3 seconds early, never got it. And now it'll be 4-on-4. Again, tempers flaring on both ends. So the timeout still goes, Steve, with the T, or would it technically stop now?
No, the timeout should still be good. I mean, it was called prior to the penalty. It's possession, though. We'll go the other way.
I wonder who's going to go serve it. It looks to be Dawson Marshall cruising over.
They very well could have an in-home designated for those situations. Nonetheless, yeah, it's been kind of a bizarre game. You don't see a lot of unsportsmanlike or technicals called. I think that's our 3rd or 4th of the night. I'm not certain what the aggravation is coming from the Owen Sound bench there. They got their timeout. It was called in plenty of time.
And sorry to interrupt you, Steve, but again, both benches are barking at each other once again. Again, tempers flaring, and maybe for Owen Sound because of the struggle for offense. Again, 5 goals through almost 5 periods of play in the last 2 games here for Owen Sound. But you know, you got to be able to keep cool head, Steve, because they can, unsportsmanlike, you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot and put yourself farther behind. So they're going to go 5-on-4. Goalie pulled with 11.4 left in the second frame. So we'll see if Point Edward can add a 4th goal to their lead here on the last possession of the second period. I'll have a chance to talk to Ryan Vole here of the Owen Sound NorthStars during the intermission. Trying to get away there with Stevenson. Jonah Kerr, nice move. Kerr just wayward, and that will be the period.
That was an outstanding play they ran prior to this to score the 6th goal. But interesting to me is that they ran the play right off the whistle when they had 27 seconds to work. They left 19 seconds on the clock, which then precipitated them getting the penalty and giving Owen Sound that secondary opportunity at a power play, only to blow it themselves by chirping from the bench. So quite an eventful last 30 seconds of the period with a goal, a couple penalties either way, and a good scoring chance by Jonah Kerr with 2 seconds on the clock.
6-3 after 40 minutes of play, Steve. 140 of 4-on-4 to begin the second period, then 8-second power play technically for Point Edward. I can't imagine they'll get much off that, but maybe just a possession and a chance to set up offensively if that's the way things work out in the third period. But you kind of mentioned it there, Steve, before we, with about 11 seconds left going into the last chance there for Point Edward. It's been a weird game. A lot of penalties, some of which you could say are the word soft. I'm not going to make that aspersion, as I am happily a broadcaster and would like to stay that way. But, you know, a frustration boiling on both sides for a plethora of reasons, and you've seen coaches go at it, guys go at it, ton of sportsmanlike conduct's called on both sides. You know, it's really been a game of hot blood, again, with a two pair of teams that I wouldn't say are natural rivals. So it's been a different style game than maybe what we're normally used to.
Well, I just think this time of season the games mean so much. It certainly sparks a lot of enthusiasm on both sides, and then frustration may boil when success is not materialized early in the game. You know, the North Stars had umpteen chances to run away with this game, whether it be Point Edward's inability to create any kind of transition in the first period, with their success rate probably under 50%. Number of power play opportunities with undisciplined play to boot, and they just allowed Point Edward an opportunity to hang around. I mean, it is a team with a winning record this year, and you know they did take care of business at home against Owen Sound in a low-scoring affair. It might have been an 8-6 score or something in that neighborhood the last time these two teams meet. And that, yeah, so I mean, again, North Stars need to beat somebody ahead of them in the standings if they want to make sure they grab at least that 8th spot for the playoffs, and they're going to require a big third period here on their behalf.
That they are, and again, offensive struggles have been the name of the game for Owen Sound. Again, 5 goals through 5 periods of play on Thursday and today. We'll see if this third period, like the last one, they scored 2 very early into it. We'll see if they can, again, have a pretty hot third period here tonight against Point Edward, or if the Pacers have something left in the tank here going into the third or potentially final period. Up next here during the second intermission, you'll see my interview with one of the top point getters in the Owen Sound North Stars, Ryan Bohl, here next. back into the Bay Shore. Spencer Byers ringside. With me is Ryan Vole. Ryan, you came over from the States here to play this Junior B season with the NorthStars in your first year here. What's it been like playing in Owen Sound, obviously from the stateside?
Oh, great experience playing with these guys. Welcome me in. It's been great so far. Everything. I can't complain being out here.
Now, obviously, your season's been pretty good for you. You've been a pretty focal point in the offense throughout this season. What's that kind of been like for you getting used to that offensive role for workload?
Yeah, coming over here, just getting used to the new guys, playing with these guys every day, but it's been good so far, facilitating, getting the ball to the guys that could score, and putting the ball in the back of the net every day, so just been fun playing with these guys.
You've been out of the lineup the last couple of games this season, and obviously you're currently 8th right now in the standings, a big game here against Point Edward. You know, what do you feel like you guys have to do in the next couple of games to be able to move either cement yourselves in 8th or maybe move yourselves up to, 7th, 6th, maybe 5th?
Yeah, I think just playing as a team. I think ultimately just playing as a team and doing the little things, right? Running off the floor, running on the floor, ground balls. I think that's ultimately going to win us games. That's about it. Doing the little things, and then everything else will come after that.
Now 6-3 going into the third and potentially final frame between these two sides, 4-on-4 to begin it. Ryan, what do you think is a big key for your guys to come up with a win here tonight against Point Edward?
Offense, spin the ball, pass the ball to each other, swing it, and defense just press. I think ground balls are going to be a key here in this third period.
Thank you so much, Ryan Vole, the Owens NorthStars. Good luck.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Alrighty, and we're right back with the third period and third potentially final period between the NorthStars and the Point Edward Pacers after this on Rogers TV. Welcome back here to the Bay Shore Community Center. On top will be the J.D. MacArthur Arena. 6-3 in favor of the Point Edward Pacers over the Owen Sound NorthStars and OLA Junior B Lacrosse action. Spencer Byers alongside me. Steve McCarthy and Steve. 4-on-4 for 1:40 to begin this period. It has been a rough one for both sides so far. Both teams arguing that they've been mistreated here tonight, but regardless, we're 6-3 in favor of Point Edward, who had a hot end of that period to get this 3-goal lead.
Yeah, they did take advantage of some opportunities, and they seem to be a little more confident on the offensive end. Now being able to get inside. I mean, they're not trying to score those perimeter shots that Flooney has handled easily. And so Owen Sound will really need to kind of get on the board here early.
And score! Talk about early! All of 7 seconds for Nathan Coverdale off the face-off! Makes it 6-4.
And that's a tough one. You don't ever want to give something off the draw, especially to the draw guy. Number 2 here, he's done a fabulous job all day long, Ryan Bork.
He's got 2 goals too.
He kind of got betwixt and between, dropped the cross check, tried to push Coverdale, who's a much bigger man, and he had no contain there, and he was able to sneak that ball through.
Nathan Coverdale got caught up high there off the face-off draw. Where's the ball? Takes another one, and that's going to be a penalty. You can't hit a guy while he's down. Okay. Yeah, we had one like that too.
Yeah, although that was not a cross check. You can put, yeah.
And arguing with him is double H.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, unless, again, we might get another look at this to see if it was actually a cross check. Well, I guess...
Jacob Miller there taking the minor.
It was certainly was a... He had 2 hands on the stick. If we're going to call that a cross check, so be it. But again, pretty soft call. Typically that would be a possession, but Owen Sound got an opportunity here to operate on the power play once again.
Nice move there by Lahome Wickens. Better save by Delgatti, who again has been pretty good for Point Edward here tonight. 4-on-3 right now in favor of Owen Sound for about 1 minute and 8 seconds. Make that 3-on-2 in the offensive zone as Lahome Wickens will stay. So lots of room to run here for both sides.
And Bork would probably do well to get on his proper shooting side here and try to utilize that speed, although he's looks like he's just going to try to chew up the clock.
And he's just going to lob it behind the net and bounce it around. As Nolan McVicker will let it go by him, so Ryan Vole, I think, will start with it. As Vole, Moynihan, Lahome Wickens, and Sly Sundown are on the O right now on the 4-on-3. Vole, Lahome Wickens, Vole. Lahome Wickens got it deflected there by Ryan Bork. Lahome Wickens. Vole for Sundown. Sly Sundown off the knee protector there. It's going to bounce right towards the line. That hit the netminder, so Owen Sound can't play it, but it's going to be a chance now for Point Edward. Nice spin. Never ends up getting a chance to fire, so it'll stay 3-on-2 here in the offensive zone. As that's Sam Desort. Desort trying to get it through here. Will fend off and again be happy to chew up some clock here as the 4-on-4 is going to expire throughout this shot clock. So it'll be 4-on-4, then back to 5-on-4 in favor of Owen Sound. Now a chance. Mason Brown hits the wide open Josh Manning off the box. Josh Manning, wayward, not caught, clean off the boards. It's this waiting arms there of Mason Brown who gets it deflected out of his stick, and now Vole will get a chance to play it. And now Vole will get it 5-on-4 for about 20 seconds. Shot clock will expire during or after this power play subsides, so maybe no rush chance for Point Edward. But Owen Sound could really use a power play goal here to end whatever shenanigans that was. Sundown fires. That one wayward, hot off the boards, caught McElmoyle. Brock McElmoyle, power play about to expire. McElmoyle, good save there. Ball comes loose. It's in the right near the restricted area. Getting pushed around there are everybody. Ball still on the deck, right in the slot area. Ball gets scooped up and away by Tyson McGregor. Ball still on the deck. Moynihan not able to catch. Ball still kind of being jockeyed around there. And now finally away will go Point Edward. And Mason Brown.
And we're back to 5-on-5 lacrosse. It seems like the first time in a while.
We'll see how long that lasts. As Lucas Ross makes his move. Fired up for Josh Manning. Manning for Jonah Kerr. Jonah Kerr Trying to make his move now. Jonah gets fended off. What a pass there. Was caught by one of the big guys. That shot there by Phelps. Better save there by Flooney. Ball goes behind the net. 2-on-2 behind it. Ball gets into Whiting arms. What a move. Fanned on it. What a chance for Gabe Phelps. Rolled all the way to the top there. Lucas Ross, that was almost a for sure one there for poor Phelps, but he fanned on it on the last second before he was going to fire and beat Flooney, you look like.
One too many fakes, yeah.
Manning all the way around, hits Kerr at the top. Kerr hits Phelps. Phelps fires off his own guy. And ooh, that definitely stung there for Lucas Ross. He got that one right off, looks like the leg. I thought it went off his back, but it looks like it went off his back of his leg as he's gonna limp off the floor. Coverdale makes a run. Coverdale misses the target, caught by Lahome Wickens. Nathan Coverdale with a couple of good shots here. As Lahome Wickens is waiting. Got 10 left to work here. Gonna hit Levine.
Just another undisciplined penalty coming here for Point Edwards.
And I think they're just gonna hold it. Legas gets put down. Shot clock goes as Sly shoots it, but it'll be a minor getting called against Point Edward. Another undisciplined call, as you mentioned, basically 4 minutes into the third, as away will go Kaya Pierce. And I assume it's pronounced Kaya. It's Kai with an extra A, so that's how I'm gonna go with it.
Well, again, it was a frustration call. Legas was running around, with the screens on players' backs, and one player took exception to it. And first opportunity, drilled Legas in the back, and again, just 16, lots of time left in this game. 2 goals. This is probably not going to end up as a 6-score game.
Lahome Wickens, nice move! Goes, I believe, wayward, but it looks like it did hit Delgatti. Is now picked up by Brock McElmoyle. McElmoyle hits Sundown at the top. Sly Sundown looks to fire down for Vole. Vole, it's McElmoyle. McElmoyle for Sundown. Sundown. McElmoyle. Vole. Vole. Nice move in. Scores! Ryan Vole makes it 6-5 with the 3rd power play goal of the night for Owen Sound.
Yeah, well, you would think that Point Edward would finally figure it out. These undisciplined calls have been their undoing. Otherwise, it could be a 6-1, 6-2 game. They're going to have to stay out of the box if they want to cling to this 1-goal lead. And Owen Sound has the momentum here, and they certainly have the motivation to come here. And they need a point for sure, maybe 2. And obviously 2. They never end up in a tie unless you can't score in overtime. But
Levine picks it up off the face-off draw by Coverdale. It's been really good tonight. The draw wide open. In. Scores! Ryan Cranny ties it up 6-6.
And again, just no communication there on the defensive side for Point Edward. They had 2 or 3 guys chasing the ball carrier, and nobody looked in behind them. And once he gained possession, he had 20 feet between him and the nearest player, and lots of time. And here we go. Owen Sound on quite a roll here. 3 goals here in the first 4.5 minutes. And, so a big momentum swing here, and Point Edward's going to have to go back to the drawing board to see what they can do to slow this Orange down.
Caleb Brown gets it off the draw, and I will mention, Steve, that is the first goal of the season for Ryan Cranny, his first ever OLA Junior B goal from what the stat sheet says. So Ryan Cranny with a first. And it's a big one to tie the game tonight with 15 minutes left in the third period. Sundown over the top, gives it off there for Lahome Wickens. Everest takes a couple bumps for the trouble. Hits, that looks to be Moynihan. Moynihan over the top. Moynihan, Lahome Wickens scores! Everest Lahome Wickens, 7-6, Owen Sound, his 3rd of the night, making a hat trick for number 16.
And again, the defender, too much time and space, 88. Not only does he maneuver his body to get away from the shot instead of taking that shooting lane away, too much time and space for probably the most talented player on the floor here in Orange tonight. So just a terrible breakdown on the defense for Point Edward, and Owen Sound continues their huge roll here.
Ryan Bull now 2-on-1 the other way. Ryan Bull, great save there by the netminder. Picked up by Jackson Ray, who made the pass. Ray hits a wide open Nolan McVicker. McVicker gonna roll it near the benches as free for Lahome Wickens. Lahome Wickens hits, looks to be Vole. Vole, Moynihan never caught it. Lahome Wickens in! Great save there by the netminder. Talk about a flow state there. Owen Sound with another good chance off of some more miscommunication there by Point Edward. But now Josh Manning, for the first time in a while, gets Point Edward on the offense.
And this is really shaking Point Edward again on the offense. They seem to be real spread out again.
And a penalty going against Owen Sound, though. So Josh Manning's going to have a chance here for a free ball. Tried for Kerr, couldn't catch. Ball still not caught as McVicker almost got mossed there by that looked to be Solaire Canal, as the miner's going for a cross check against Taylor Bennett. I think that's his third minor of the contest. Actually, I think the minor should.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's the minor there.
And again, I don't know how he could shake his head at that. He's fortunate it wasn't called a high stick, but nonetheless, just a player that was already engaged as someone else certainly didn't need to be involved and to sit for two or less.
Across the top it goes. Now for Mason Brown, just missed. Josh Manning, Flutie went out for it regardless. Nobody catches the ball though, so it's free chance over Point Edward. Got 10 left to work. It's Josh Manning. Manning goes across the top. No, he doesn't. Fake. That one saved by Flutie. What a save, Jacob Flutie. I don't think he saw that one, but the shoulder got in the way anyway.
I'm not sure if that was the shoulder or the butt end of the stick, but that ball looked like it was labeled by Manning. And again, Flutie steps up as he has all season long.
And again, he's the backup. He's been very good tonight and throughout this season that we've been able to watch here at the Bayshore. That shot just was wide there of Flutie. It was going to go over and back. No, it's going to go out of play first. So it'll be Owen Sound ball. Who's going to start with it? I think it'll be Ray. No, it won't be. It actually looks to be Sly Sundown, the big man. Sundown, 3-on-4 here. Big man loses it. No one sees it. Levine went to go try to retrieve, but stolen there. Sam Desort plays it forward now, and Josh Manning 2-on-2 that way.
We got a good recovery on transition defense by Owen Sound. Looked like they were going to get a 3-on-2 off that break, and they shut the door pretty early.
Manning. It's Ross. Ross for Kerr. Ross back for Kerr. Jonah got that one deflected. Goes in the restricted area and caught by Flutie. Flutie gonna fire it. It's skied and caught there in the run by Zach Lemon. 3-on-2 that way. Lemon from behind. Great save there as Josh Manning couldn't get him. Just could not pick that one up though was Jace Garvey as that ball gets stuck on the deck. Josh Manning lost his stick, might I add. Manning asked for his stick, never got it, because he wants to come back on the power play here. And he's going to steal a stick. No, he's going to get his stick, I think. Manning barking for his stick. It's 4-on-3 right now as they're trying to get him his stick. No, he's actually going to stay. It's going to go 5-on-4. Miscommunication again there by Point Edward, you could say. Jonah Kerr, nice move. Jonah Kerr in. Great save by Flutie. Ball comes loose. Another great save by Jacob Flutie. And that's not going over and back because of the fresh shot clock. What a boot save there by Flutie. Taylor Bennett out of the box here as the power play expires. I wasn't even looking for that. Bennett trying to keep the ball here. They never got possession, so there's no 8-second here as Bennett and Ray go to fish for it. Ball comes loose, and Bennett's got it. Can Bennett get a hold of it? Yes, he can. Bennett's going to hold up. What a play by Taylor Bennett. Taylor Bennett is a dog on a bone. As that ball hits the waiting arms there of Talon Brown. Now for Sly Sundown. Sundown for Talon Brown. Brown fires low. Good save there as Lahome Wickens drops his guy. And Lahome Wickens gets dropped himself. And the whistle will go. Undisciplined there by Owen McDermott.
Owen Sound's going to get one too.
Oh, and yeah, Jackson Ray dropped somebody there off ball, or on ball as the whistle was about to go. And Jackson Ray with the undisciplined penalty saves McDermott from one as he caught Lahome Wickens, who got one of his guys there as the whistle went and thought that should have been a call.
But again, it had to have been the initial call. We wouldn't be in this situation here. So again, it's been a lot of odd calls today, some non-calls, and again, both teams are sort of still feeling things out with 49 minutes to go. 49 minutes out of this game, 11-12 to go.
4-on-4 now for a full 2 as Josh Manning will start with it. Manning for Phelps. Phelps, who's been maybe snake bitten here tonight, just not able to catch one. As Kerr, back for him, just missed Phelps. Manning will go to retrieve it. Bennett's gonna chase. Manning around the net, he'll try to go. 10 seconds remains on the shot clock. Out in front for Kerr. Kerr gets stopped up there by McVicker. That ball skied into the netting there by, looked to be Phelps. Flooney for Ryan Cranny, who races up the floor. There for Lahome Wickens. Everest, Lahome Wickens. And the NorthStars have a 1-goal lead now after being down 3 coming into the period. It's a 4-goal swing right now for Owen Sound in this third period, almost halfway through it. Nice move there by Vole. Ryan Vole for Sly Sundown. Sundown looking at his numerical counterpart. Sundown hits McElmoyle, maybe a little bit out of his reach, however, as now he hits Vole. Vole gonna have to fire. That one low, and a good save there by Delgetti as Lahome Wickens went to go try to retrieve as that ball was thrown out and will bounce into the waiting arms there of Harley Johns. Johns, halfway through the third now. 7-6 in favor of the NorthStars. 4 goals in this third period alone, already outscoring their previous 40. As got a hold of him there with Zach Lemon. Point Edward wanted something as Kerr puts that one into the corner off the stick check. That ball gets forced up and out as Zach Lemon will go. Zach Lemon racing up the floor as he'll take a couple of whacks for the trouble. That one bounced for Talon Brown as, caught one, I think, again in the cup there with Zach Lemon. As a call's gonna be made there on the cup shot by Point Edward. I didn't see that one, Steve. Not sure if it did catch him that low or if he's maybe lower belly. As Vole got 8 left to shoot. 5-on-4.
Undisciplined play here. So.
And, lost the footing there behind the net was a NorthStar trying to do the Superman play. That looked to be Logan that would be Cy Sundown, as the minor will go to Point Edward and Mason Brown. And it's a slash going against Brown.
Yeah, that was undeniable. He got away with a couple, chasing the player up the floor, and couldn't let it go. So again, Point Edward is going to shoot themselves in the foot just one more time. I don't know how many toes they could have left, but they're still hanging around here.
I mean, they may be shooting the horses, who is at this point. As now with 9 seconds remaining, we'll go 4-on-4. Sly Sundown's going to hold it for the 5-on-4, it looks like, as Cole down for Lahome Wickens. They're going to switch, as Jackson Ray will join the play, as well as Owen McDermott. Ray will go right off, as coming to join now will be Brock McElmoyle. Lahome Wickens hits Vole, got 10 left to work there on the shot clock. Vole, Lahome Wickens, Sly Sundown. Lahome Wickens fires, good save there. Vole catched off the bounce. Fresh shot clock now. As McElmoyle gets held up there, and they're going to call that against McElmoyle. As Bork takes the call. As Tyson McGregor, the captain, right around the net, he'll go. McGregor getting fended off there by Bennett, and he tries to force him behind the net. Nice move there. As now hits the waiting arms there of Solera Canals. Canals got 10 left to shoot on the short-handed move here. Gonna get tripled up now, trying to get away. Never got the shot away, really, as it got sky high. He's gonna go through all kinds of legs. And Point Edward ball as the shot clock goes. Vole. Got 50 seconds left in this power play. I stopped counting how many power plays it had because it's an abundance. Lahome Wickens, Sundown. Lahome Wickens gets the screen. That one saved there, goes into the corner, picked up by Sundown. Fresh shot clock for Owen Sound. Sundown, behind the net it goes. Vole looking for the move. Just gonna tuck that one in. Now it looks to be Klagas trying to pick it up there, loose ball. 2-on-2 there in the corner. McElmoyle cheating to get off. 3-on-2 now for Point Edward. That's gonna have to be a whistle, I think. And that's gonna be a shot clock regardless here against Owen Sound. The whistle finally goes. And Sundown and them getting extra some checks here. And that's a lot smaller Ryan Bork giving a shot that it slides Sundown. I like the confidence from Bork, though, to give the shot to the big guy. Now 5-on-5 we go again. As now back it goes, just through the stick there of Lucas Ross, right near the white line, able to keep it, though. Down there all it goes. Mason Brown Brown back, missed his intended target, stolen now by Jackson Ray, and Jackson Ray's gonna go. Jackson Ray back for Talon Brown. Brown gonna get fended off here.
Yeah, Ray recognized he was on his wrong side. However, he gave the ball to another player that was sort of in the wrong side and not gifted with the hands. So they decided to pull it out and get an offensive set here.
Nice move there by Lahome Wickens. Levine fires that one low off the netminder. Out of play it goes, but a shot by Levine. I don't think Delgatti saw that one.
Right off the base of the post, coming over the top from quite a distance out, but you're right, I think the goaltender never saw it and was lucky it stayed out.
Slide. Looking for his angle, that one shot wayward, hot off the boards. Caught there by Point Edward, no way will go Jacob Miller. Miller racing up the floor, 2-on-2. Miller gonna body Cranny, not able to really get through, still never able to get through. Nice bodies getting in the way there as Cranny just trying to keep him out.
Yeah, great work by Cranny there.
And it's 4-on-4 that way. Bull will stay deep as Manning trying to find his angle now. Passed up top. So trying to find an angle here is Point Edward as Soler Canals over there for Manning. Good save by Fooney into the corner. Picked up clean by Lemon, and Lemon's gonna try to get away. Lemon, Sotra's trying to find an angle here as he puts it for Bennett. Bennett wasn't looking for it. Bennett might lose it. He's got to get it over the floor here, and they're not gonna be able to. The 8-second is called as Bennett got held up there. And it's gonna go Point Edward's way. Manning now, 5:35 left in this third, potentially final frame. Nice move there. Phelps scores! Gabe Phelps finally gets himself a goal here tonight. He's had lots of chances, just nothing coming. Finally gets one. Make it 7-7 here.
And again, just you get a situation now where Point Edwards capitalized on a turnover with the inability to clear the zone at 8, and a big bounce shot from the outside, and it had a lot of heat on it, and not sure if Looney might have got screened a little bit, but well-placed shot, and we've got ourselves a tie game. And certainly, probably lots of action left here with 5:27 to go in regulation.
Face off one by Coverdale, trying to make his move. Ball stuck in his feet. Coverdale still never able to get a hold of it just yet. Sundown now tries to get a hold of it. That ball's put up in the middle. Now and away will go Point Edward. Nice move there. In went Jack Stevenson. Ends up finding off there, and now hits Josh Manning. 5 minutes to go in this third, potentially final frame. As we might have overtime in play. Lucas Ross, nice pass down, in! Great save by Flooney. Hits Josh Manning though off the deflection. Now, all the way around there for Lucas Ross. Shot clock's gonna go, it didn't hit the goalie?
That's, I don't know
Obviously it didn't hit Flooney.
Yeah, that's unbelievable that crease dive did not get through for a shot, but I guess we didn't pick up on that, and Owen Sound going to go off the offense now here.
As Sundown. Down now. Shot Bowl blocked there in front. Ball hits the deck, and Point Edward will keep it as Bowl gets dropped there from behind, and that will be a whistle. And again, undisciplined there for Point Edward.
Yeah, although it was kind of a coincidental contact, again, a bit of a iffy call, but nonetheless, Owen Sound will take it and load the offensive back up again here without having to change up. We got quite a few battles here on the floor here, trying to defend picks and giving it right back.
Moynihan for McElmoyle. McElmoyle for Bowl. Bowl hits Lahome Wickens. Everest Lahome Wickens fires that one just wayward. Caught Sundown. McElmoyle in. Great save, Delgatti. McElmoyle was wide open off that awkward shot there as he kind of leaked through his defender. But not coming there for the big guy. Again, a lot of shots maybe both sides are going to feel like should have went in for them, or woulda, coulda, shouldas here if this game falls the other way, regardless. As Manning come across the top there. Hits Soler Canals. Nice move there by Mason Brown. Brown gets it whacked out of his stick. Ball hits the deck. Manning went to go get it. McVicker just kind of punched that one forward, and the shot clock will go. And what a play there by Mason Brown to whack that one into the corner.
Yeah, you don't want to give any opposition a chance in transition right now. So teams are going to be very wary what they do late in the shot clock and make sure they're well positioned to defend them going the other way.
Levine trying to get around here. Levine missed Klages there as Klages went right through his stick. As Sundown goes into the corner, trying to take out there Soler Canals. Canals through the middle there, and he hits a wide open Jacob Miller. Miller's got lots of room to run. Miller, nice move. Miller over. Jonah Kerr never caught it. It's going to go into the corner as Bennett forces him in. Oh, Jonah took a maybe vulnerable hit there. He tried to brace.
Yeah, again,
Ball's still in his feet. Ball now hits the deck as Bennett's on top of him. Ball's now going to be whistled, and where's it going to go? It's going to go Owensound's way.
I don't know how that's not a possession call with the shot that Jonah Kerr took when the ball was loose and in front of him in the corner, but now he gets called for withholding, lying on the ball. So
as Coverdale takes it.
All over, not a good shift for Jonah.
No, not in the end as McElmoyle collects that one off of Coverdale as now Moynihan. Got 15 left here on the shot clock. Vole hits Sundown. Sundown looking to fire. Nice move. Sundown in. Bounce that one off the netminder. Moynihan goes to retrieve it. He's not going to be the first one there, however. It's picked up by Point Edward and Harley Johns.
Yeah, great job by, again, by Bork on the box out there on Moynihan to make sure they got possession.
2 minutes remains here in the third period. Phelps. Right around the top he'll go. Hits Soler Canals. That shot wayward. Stuck in the slot area now. Ball on the deck. Everyone fighting for it. 4-on-4 in that middle area. What a pickup. Great deflection there by Jackson Ray. And that will be a shot clock. And McVicker and Ray will let it sit. And now Ray will pick it up. Hit there for Ryan Cranny. What a deflection by Jackson Ray there. Just need to get his stick in the lane there. That could have been a really dangerous shot for Point Edward. As Lahome Wickens going to have the move. Lahome Wickens will go. Down into the corner there for Ryan Vole. Vole. Nice move there into the middle for Sundown. Sundown, lots of battling in front there as Vole again. Nice move, Vole off the shoulder protector there. Ball comes loose, Lahome Wickens and Sly Sundown converge, but away will go Point Edward. Up the floor they come now. Tyson McGregor. Tyson McGregor over, just could not catch it. There was McDermott, the other way it will go. Jackson Ray hits Coverdale. Coverdale, lots of room to run. Coverdale fires just wayward. Did it touch somebody? It did not. It will go all the way down into the corner now. Kaya Pierce will start with it. Under a minute to go in the third and potentially final period.
I think you'll probably look at Point Edward, look for an early shot here. You don't want to burn it down and give the opportunity for a timeout late to Owen Sound.
I guess they're just yelling there at Manning, Josh Manning, all the way around, played in the middle, ball comes loose. Manning, all the way around off the netminder, doesn't get it over. What a play there. Well, Owen Sound get it over the half here. They might take a timeout if they do, trying to get away. Looks to be McVicker. McVicker does, and they won't take a timeout yet. They're going to hold it. Garvey over for Lahome Wickens. About 5 seconds separate shot clock from game clock here in this third period. Hits Klages, never caught. Klages can't catch it. Ball comes loose, and timeout instantly by Point Edward when they collect it. 13.8 remain in this third period.
It's a bit of a miscue there by Owen Sound. They had possession up top with Lahome Wickens, but he was under duress with great pursuit, and they weren't able to execute the pass, and Klages bobbled it right into the stick of the Point Edward defender, and they're going to have almost 14 seconds here to go a 6-on-5 opportunity to see if they might be able to end this before we go to overtime.
I will mention, Steve, from the shot keepers here in the building tonight, which we have gotten this season, the shots are 51 Owen Sound, 25 for Point Edward.
Yeah, that I wouldn't have imagined it was that much of a discrepancy. I think Flooney's had to make some saves, no doubt, this evening, and but nonetheless, the goaltending, have been outstanding at both ends, but especially the goaltender, Austin Gagnon.
Dalgetty's been very good tonight.
Yeah, he's been, he had that tough 4 minutes to start this period, but other than that, he's really made a lot of big saves.
That's been also power play coming here as it is 6-on-5 for Point Edward. Got 7 left to work here before the period is about to expire. Shot, bounced over the net, out of play! We're They rush the goalie back on the floor. They haven't yet. Ray fires just over the net, and that will be the period. Overtime coming between these two sides. I guess now is a good time to mention, Steve, that they honored, as you heard pregame, the graduating group of last year's Junior B NorthStars. Ethan Kerr, Colton Stevenson, Jordan Cochran, Curtis Arnold, Calder Adams, Owen Pryor, Elliot Thompson, and Tyson Morrison. And I should have wrote down Carter Moran, who's an assistant coach on the team, also graduated. And at least 3 of them played Senior B this year. A couple have checked in for your MSL squad there, and Elliot Thompson and Carter Moran, Tyson Morrison playing for the Senior B team as well. Yep,
they all had fine Junior B careers, and some of them had an opportunity to continue that career, both at the Senior B and in spot duty at the MSL level.
Steve, it is golden goal. First to score will win this contest. It is not another full period.
Yeah, I mean, both teams certainly have a lot to lose if they don't win this game. However, I think more is on the shoulders here of the NorthStars, that a loss here would be catastrophic to their playoff chances, at least going anything above the 8th seed. So, which is not, pardon me, not favorable when you've got undefeated Six Nations team sitting now in first.
London is beating Welland currently 7-2. Cambridge beating Wallaceburg 13-4. All teams right now just ahead of Owen Sound in the standings. With this result here tonight against Point Edward, as I assume both Cambridge and London will be watching this game with these 3 teams all being right in the mix there between 9 and 5. With Hamilton in 5th. Ball goes right through a couple of legs. Ryan Cranny might be the first one there, never able to pick it up. Ball still on the deck. No one's gotten possession just yet. Ball still on the deck. Everyone fighting for it. Who's gonna get it? Ball still on the deck. Everyone converging here. Who's got it? I think Owen Sound's got it. So the shot clock starts. They got 8 seconds to get it over. Can Coverdale get a hold of it? The answer's no. Then down goes Coverdale. Wait a second. Whistle goes. And it's gonna go that way. Not sure what the call was there. Oh, timeout taken by Owen Sound. Had 1 timeout remaining, so I think they have 3 seconds before they have to get it over. I believe was about the difference there.
I do believe that timeout resets the 8 seconds.
Okay. That may be what they're talking about here. But Owen's on to get the first possession here, Steve, and I was going to mention it in the short break between the 3rd period and overtime. I think this game may be decided by whoever takes the first minor, because a lot of penalties have been called tonight on both sides, especially Point Edward's way. I think maybe the first minor of this contest may be the turning point for either side.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. It'll end up either in a transition opportunity or in a power play situation. Yeah.
Owen Sound only able to get there, 2 seconds. They got 2 seconds to get it over. And wait, Owen Sound's asking, is it not a reset?
Yeah. And I do believe Owen Sound is correct. I don't necessarily agree with it, but...
Yeah, Owen Sound's got to get over, so they may just fire this one deep and try to get the loose ball.
Yeah, you just want to keep it up the sides here.
You got to get over. Oh, they know it looks like the shot clock was reset, but they didn't get a fresh shot clock. They just got a fresh 8 second. So that's good for them as Sundown gets it. Now they got 15 left to work here.
Yeah.
Bowl hits Lahome Wickens. Shot clock stops. They got the count now as Sundown. Lahome Wickens. Lahome Wickens, good save there. Ball comes loose. Levine. No, we're going to say he was in the area.
And for me, it's bizarre that the shot clock, if it's not going to reset, why does the 8 second reset?
That's my question, too.
Yeah, that's, I think, a rule that's been overlooked. And, but don't hold our breath that a little bit change.
That ball goes behind the net. Ross, got 10 left to work here. Ross, across there for Kerr. Jonah Kerr trying to get through Jackson Ray. Jonah Kerr into the middle, caught there, but never in a shooting angle. That's going to be a shot clock going against Point Edward, as Ryan Cranny will start with it. Cranny gonna have to run here. Cranny just trying to get through here. He might get stopped up. He kind of does. He fires that one, misses everybody, and it will give it away back there to Point Edward.
Yeah, you've got to do a better job in transition here in overtime. You can't afford to forego your offensive opportunities.
Manning. Lays it down there for Phelps. Phelps over for Lucas Ross. Manning couldn't catch it. Stolen away now by Owen Sound, and Coverdale's going to go. Coverdale up the floor he comes. 3-on-2 that way in favor of Point Edward as Coverdale's going to wait up. Full. I will mention, told me his parents watched from stateside, so hopefully I'm saying that last name, but I haven't had a chance to ask. So I'm gonna have to ask Ryan after the game here tonight to make sure I am not messing that one up horribly. Sundown through the Negs. Great save there, Delgetti. Sundown still looking for, I believe, his first marker of the contest. Yes, he is. He's got 2 assists as the big man. Stopped up there right near the white line as Coverdale trying to walk that one away. It now hits Josh Manning, who will dash. Into the corner it goes. Brown hits Manning. Manning, nice move. Manning out, looks to fire, ends up giving it off through a body scores! Jack Stevenson ends it in favor of the Point Edward Pacers. 8-7.
Well, that's disheartening for the Owen Sound NorthStars, who were the better team all evening, but again, you let teams hang around, and sometimes situations like this arise. And Stevenson found enough room there and was able to put it away on the stick side.
And we'll now shake hands here with the win going in favor of Point Edward, Steve, but costly points missed here by Owen Sound, and that kind of gives them a lot more of a tougher sled in their upcoming games. As you look for Owen Sound, Steve, upcoming next will be down in Cambridge tomorrow, then host Cambridge on the 11th, host Six Nations on the 13th, and the 14th, the final game of the regular season at home against the Hamilton Bengals. All of those teams ahead of this team in the standings, and obviously, Steve, rough sledding ahead for Owen Sound.
Yeah, again, I mean, they played a good game today, but didn't get the result that they needed and probably deserved. Came against a hot goaltender and a team that was able to get some timely goals in the second half of the frame. And yeah, they got their work cut out for them. They have quality teams for the remaining games, and back-to-back with Cambridge, who again seems to be a team very similar to Owen Sound. In every game, they've blown out a few teams, lost some closeness to some of the top teams. So, they'll have their work cut out tomorrow and again next week as they go back-to-back.
That's a big 4-point swing for either side, with wins or losses going either way. Jacob Clooney again very good tonight for Owen Sound. The goaltending's been a big bright spot for this Owen Sound squad throughout this season. It just been struggles on the offense.
Well, again, when you take a dominant player like Colton McKechnie out of the lineup like it was today, and presumably tomorrow as well, I mean that's a tough blow to a team that has been struggling, except of late, with him getting hot and just really the offense really revolving around him. So you certainly don't expect. There's a lot of
yes, there's a lot of barking. I keep looking back behind me, Steve. I keep looking back because there's a lot of yelling still on the floor between these two sides. Ethan Woods, I believe the head coach or at least one of the coaches for the Point Edward Pacers, still barking there at the bottom floor. So no love lost between these two sides through the overtime, and you kind of saw throughout the penalties, the litany of them throughout the game on both sides. A lot of animosity somewhere coming between these two sides.
Yeah. I mean, it's, again, you get guys at this level. They played against each other in minor all the way up. Some of them get the 5 years of junior B, and so, even though geographically they're not close, and, familiarity-wise, they've seen each other quite a few times, and both teams are relatively young, so you do get a lot of them that are in that sort of situation that they would be familiar with one another.
Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow down in Cambridge, and the final 3 home games coming up on the slate for the Junior B NorthStars. We'll see when we're back. Steve McCarthy, myself, Spencer Byers, and Pat Kluge behind the camera. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time here on Rogers TV.
gathering at any location in the city.
All right, everybody, how are you doing tonight?
They say you shouldn't be afraid of the person that practices 10,000 different kicks. You should be afraid of the person that does the same kick 10,000 times. 10,000 times. 10,000 times. It's the same kick. 10,000 times. That's my plan of attack.
Art Battle is live competitive painting done in front of a studio audience.
And you have a little bit of fear and a little adrenaline, and it's everything a painter needs to get in there and attack.
Every time I got up there, about 5 minutes before, I kind of wanted to throw up. Just the adrenaline rush of it all.
As far as secret weapon, I think it's just relax, chill out, have fun, and drink some wine.
You gotta go out there, you gotta lay it on the line. Every artist is out there to win, and your kung fu's gotta be pretty strong.
Here we go for 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2, 1, let's paint!
We have the artist showcased on a stage in the center of the room. So people can move around freely and everybody gets to see a little bit of the artist process.
You're dancing with the music, you're painting on the canvas, and you're feeling the people around you.
Yeah, it's a battle. I'm about to go to war.
I think you're battling yourself and you're battling time more than you're battling each other, because every artist is so different and so so fun, and the variety is very wide. It's kind of hard to really compare side by side. That's up to the audience.
Normally, you have your panel of expert judges. This is different. This is more what speaks to you as a person, and I don't think you're going to find that in too many places. A lot of artists are just completely inspired by the music and the vibe right then and there. They had no plan. They just walk up on stage and just attack. Others will actually do the same painting over and over until they get within the time frame. So that's the beauty of Art Battle, is that it opens up the process from the painter to the viewer.
Because you're in a time constraint, your priorities change. And because you have a live audience, your priorities change. So what you're doing is you're both thinking about composition and you're thinking about impact. You're going to impact the people that are watching you, and you're also trying to cover the canvas within 20 minutes.
A lot of people are amazed. A lot of people are really blown away by the creativity that happens here in front of their eyes. That with so little time, of only 20 minutes, that somebody's able to put out that quality.
9, 8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
brushes down!
For the artist that's stuck in a studio, it gives them a chance to get out there, meet people, connect with other artists, which is very important. This is like the perfect opportunity to show your skills and become like a kind of an art rock star or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Really, it's the electric atmosphere, it's meeting other artists, networking with some amazing people who come to watch. I've met producers, I've met directors of the NAC and things like that. It's a wonderful opportunity to meet everybody.
Art is culture. It feeds the soul, and Ottawa's got a lot of soul to give, and we just need more venues and more opportunities so that these artists are able to reach the audience that they need.
The second time I came, I didn't have a business card. And so I asked my wife, who's really good with computer, like, what can I do? So she produced a beautiful card for me, and ever since then, I've gotten lots of commissions just from Art Battle. So.
You're going to see people stepping outside of their shell. They're going to lay it on the line. They're going to really try their hardest to share what they do with you, to let you into that process. You're also going to see a room full of happy people, drink in hand. You're going to see always a great DJ or a live act keeping you moving all night. And hopefully at the end of the night, you're going to see a lot of people that are inspired and excited about the arts here in the city.
Urgence, do you need police, fire, or paramedics? Where do you need the police? I started in 2009. My first year, I thought, I don't think I can do this. And by my second year, I was still doing it, but I thought, I can't continue to do this unless I find a way to react differently to the stress. We're not going to ever be able to stop the way we feel about things. The feelings are always going to come, but it's the way we process them, the way we react, that we do have some choice. Your adrenaline. Right away you get adrenaline usually, a little jolt of adrenaline, and that gets you almost right into the zone. And you're alert, you're awake, and your training jumps in. 911 Urgence, do you need police, fire, or paramedics? Where do you need the police? Okay, how many people are there? What's going on? Okay, can you go into a different room where it's quieter? Okay, is there any way to get away from that person? We have certain questions that we're going to be asking. We have a call mask that's in front of us, that basic information we need to get right away. I mean, obviously the most important thing is going to be an address. We need to know where the police need to go. We need to get some information about the guy that has the weapon. Okay, where is he right now? When someone's screaming on a bad cell phone, you have to kind of calm them down, get them to speak clearly enough to get an address. Okay, where is he going? I need you to listen to me. Help is on the way. You're trying to get them to keep talking, not hang up, so that you can get as many details as possible. Who is there? Who's with you? Anyone injured? Do they need an ambulance? I can hear something happening. What's going on? It's good to have a bit of an imagination, to try and imagine what's going on there that we might need to know that they're not telling us, because they are going to be in a panic. Is there like 20 people over there that they're not mentioning? A pit bull that's attacking their legs and they're just not mentioning? Are there weapons? Is anyone drinking? Anyone on drugs? Any animals? If there's a guy with a weapon, please go in a different room if you can. Like, get them. And your heart rate sometimes is very, very high because you can hear these people going through something. You're also getting messages on your screen from the person dispatching this call. You're getting maybe messages from your manager, your supervisor asking questions. You might be getting messages from the officer on the road at the same time. And you're also at the same time maybe running information about the address, about people on the call, and trying to get information about them in case there's dangers to the officers about the people they're dealing with. So you're not just one-on-one with a person in your own little world. You're dealing with about 8 people at the same time while listening to this person, while trying to assess all that information. Okay, what kind of weapon do they have? Okay, how many people are in that room? But it's a very intense job at times, and we do a lot to support each other. I wouldn't be able to do it without the support of my colleagues. I wouldn't be able to do it without the support of really good management and the support of extremely good friends at home and really good practices when I'm not at work that help me balance and then be able to go back to that job. Do you need police, fire, or paramedics? I see so many people suffering. Where do you need the police? I deal with it every day at work, and I realize, like, in our society, there's an enormous need for help for people who do suffer, and I'm grateful for my role in being able to be a compassionate person to those people. I still think, even here, for me to talk about dealing with depression is not even easy, and at any workplace it's still not openly really discussed. It's still not openly discussed in society as much as it should be, and I think that is a barrier to healing for people, and I think it's a barrier to making progress in research. I think it causes a lot of problems with people being able to get the help they need. But I think one of the biggest barriers to my own healing was the fact that I couldn't live openly and ask for help from anyone. And I had to live kind of a double life, a lot of my life. I still know that there are people out there that will judge me or look at me differently if I say I suffer from depression. But I know that it's extremely important for people to be able to come forward and talk about it. So that's why I'm talking about it, because